Where the hustlers stay, scammers making way, every man for himself, selfish to a point, making moves with no doubt, caution to the wind, never thinking twice, till the truth hems you in. Made a move, got caught, heart racing, jaw locked. One wrong step and the night got sharp. Almost lost my life on that same old block, but I kept my breath when the whole thing stopped. An old man gave me a tap, said, son, look up, there's grace in the trap. I still found love, I was dirty at the edge, but I heard that call, then the shame fell off. Now I stand tall.
Look at God come through.
Look at God come through.
Clean hands, new feet, I'm brand new. Look at God come through.
Look at God come through.
Boy, look at God come through. Come through.
Oh, yeah. I used to run with the wolves, eyes on the prize, hands in the dark with a lie in my eyes. Now I wash that dust off every old bruise, walk with my head high like I got news. Clean hands, new feet, that's a change, man. Old ghosts left, I don't chase that. New heart beating in a hard shell. Grace hit hard and it hit well. Said, son, look up,
There's grace in the trap.
I still found love. I was dirty at the edge, but I heard that call, then the shame fell off. Now I stand tall.
Look at God come through.
Look at God come through.
Clean hands, new feet, I'm brand new.
Look at God come through. Look at God come through.
Boy, look at God come through.
I was 1 foot in the flame,
1 foot
in the grave.
now I raise
My face
to the one who saved.
every scar
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. Grace and peace to each and every one of you guys on this fine Thursday morning. Appreciate you guys so much for pulling up and hanging out with us today. We have a heck of a show. Y'all know what time it is. It's Thursday. Today is call-in show day. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys today. Y'all know I love Thursdays because I get a chance to hear from you all. I do appreciate you guys. So a little bit of house cleaning. Hit the like button for me if you could on the way in the building. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. Shout out to everybody that also supports the channel via Buy Me a Coffee or Cash App. Those links are in the description box as well. I appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing over here. Shout out to all my ARP family members, man. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on a month-to-month basis, man. We really, really appreciate you all as well. We have the usual prospects in the building. Shout out to my sister Celeste from Celeste_Duffy. She is in the building today. Hopefully she's okay because she was up early yesterday with AT over at the Garden Project. But hopefully she's good to go for today. She got her rest. Also, shout out to my sister Crystal from Crystal Beyond Labels. She'll be in the building today as well. My brother AT is in the building. Shout out to Minister Danzel. I believe he will be here this morning as well. And I think that is the crew. I think we got everybody today. Be on the lookout, man. My brother Jeff from It's Not Your Fault Al-Anon Recovery Channel will be on the show tomorrow. So shout out to my brother Jeff. Jeff's pretty much, that's my brother from another mother. Although he's old enough to be my pops, but hey, you know. But based off what I know about Jeff, I just need to go ahead and be adopted by Jeff. Jeff, just go on and adopt me, bro. Just go on and adopt me. We're going to get things kicked off, man. Hit that daggone like button for me. We got to get the show started off properly. Shout out to my brother Hunter coming through, always helping us to get the show started off properly. Today's verse is out of the book of James. For those of you guys that have not read the book of James, I highly suggest you read the entire book of James. It's not that long of a read. It's if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 5 chapters or 6 chapters. One or the two. It's a very short book within the Bible, but oh man, super powerful. I mean, if you are a current Christian, it will convict you, especially when you're not right. If you're not doing right, James will convict. It will convict you, bro. Let me pull this up. Shout out to Hunter once again. This is James 5:4. It says, "Indeed, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out. And the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabbath." That is James 5:4. Shout out to you, Hunter. Appreciate you always helping us get the show started off properly. Shout out to Tam G as well, coming through early with the $5 super chat. Says today is the day that the Lord has. Today is the day the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. This is for you, Celeste. I love you, my sister in Christ. Amazing show yesterday on the Garden Project. Shout out to you, Tam G. Also, shout out to Uncle, I want to make sure I pronounce that right. Is that Nub Z Cabin? Hopefully I pronounced that properly. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for joining the ARP family. I appreciate your support, man. That means a lot to me. I do not take it for granted. Shout out to Karen coming through, $5 super chat. Says, greetings from the free state of Florida. The free state of Florida. Hey, Byron Donalds is cooking down there. That brother has raised $65 million for this gubernatorial campaign. I mean, he is cooking. The crazy thing is mainstream media, they will not talk about this because they do not want to talk about a Black conservative doing very well, exceptionally well, not only in the polls, but where it matters, with the dub, with the money. He's doing great work down there. Shout out to Gerard Caswell coming through. $5 super chat says, adopt me too, Jeff. Hey, I'm telling you, hey, Jeff's money bags, man. Shout out to Al Blossoms. Appreciate you. Says, love my ARP family. Love the panel. Bless you all. Appreciate you, Al. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Let me see. Shout out to all the blues in the building. Shout out to you guys. B is in the building. Dion, Deb, what's going on? What's up, Nanny? Lori Addison, appreciate you all pulling up. What's up, Jessica? Jessica be jamming in the chat. Jessica be jamming. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What's up, LJ? What's going on? It's good to see you this morning in the chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Cool Ramona's in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Let's see who else. We got Marla in the building. Appreciate you. What up, Roosevelt? How's it going, man? It's good to see you from the great city of Chicago. Appreciate you pulling up, man. What up, Brandon? How's it going, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to Ginger and Juice. Okay, appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. We got Daniel Manning in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning as well. What up, Angela Montgomery? How's it going? Hey, you should be receiving your book here in the near future based off of data that I've been, or information that I've been told. So be on the lookout for that in the near future. But I do appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. Hit the like button. Shout out to Uncle Darnell. What's going on, Melissa? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get ready to pull my folks up. Only person I don't see back there is Minister Dan. So let me check my email real quick. See if I received anything, if I got anything from him. No, not yet. All righty. What's up, AT? How you doing this morning, brother?
Man, it's another lovely day in paradise. God bless you, sir. Thank you. I love that shirt. It looks good on you, right? Material-wise, I know, it probably scratches that really sensitive skin. I was talking about this thing, right, this morning on the show. This thing right here, I will tell you, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Quality hoodie, it's the best one that I have. But you will be warm in this thing. It's going to hug you. It's going to hold on to you. I was sweating in here because I'm not used to this, right? I'm used to rags, you understand, right? And so I'm used to this at the good temperature. I put this on. I'm like, what's going on? It's cool outside, but I'm burning up in here. I appreciate you having me on the show this morning and for showing up yesterday with Sister Celeste. She crushed it. I'm looking forward to today.
Of course she did. I had no doubt. I had no doubts. No doubt. So
y'all gave a good preview of Battle of the Sexes, though. I saw what you were saying in that comment section.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be here. When is the Battle of the Sexes? When are you doing it?
So here's the deal. If we hear back from Tidely and they give me a thumbs up, because Apple gave us a thumbs up. So if Tidely says, yep, we can get it out there, we know it can get updated instantaneously. That was a big thing. So if they give a thumbs up and they can get it out beforehand, we'll say, and I'm confident if they tell me on a certain date it'll happen because they're a Christian organization. We're aiming for the Monday after the 4th of July. So what's that? The 6th is when we're going to launch the app for everybody to be able to get on board with the project, follow on with our lessons and all that jazz. And so the week before that, so that would be not next week, but the week after that. So the week before 4th of July, we'd have Battle of the Sexes.
Okay. I may be able to make it. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm traveling that week.
Why? You're what that week? You're traveling?
I'm traveling that week. Yeah. I'm going to a World Cup match out in Seattle.
You did say that. You did say, what day is the match?
On the 1st.
Was that Wednesday?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about it. Hopefully it's in the morning time frame, but I want you to be there. So if we had to shift it for you, we'll shift it for you. Because you'll be upset if we have this entire conversation and you don't get a chance to weigh in. I can't do that to you. I can't do that.
I'll be watching it. I'll be super chatting. I'll be pulling the Jeff with the super chats.
We'll figure a way to get you some skin in the game.
What's up, Crystal? How you doing this morning? Look at you, got the hair all whipped and laid out. Look at you. Somebody spent some money.
Good morning, Brother Wise. Good morning, my brother AT. Good morning, chat. Happy Thursday. For all those that were struggling last night, today is Thursday because everybody did not know that. They thought yesterday was Thursday. Everybody. They were like, Crystal, we'll see you tomorrow, Friday for ARP. I was like, tomorrow's not Friday. So, and yes, I took the hair out because I looked at how my views on my last 2 videos were going, and I realized, now mind you, I didn't purposely have my hair that way, that you have to set it and then you can take it out. And so for 2 days I had to sit with my hair with them twists in it, and these last 2 days have been the lowest views of my videos. And I was like, ooh,
are you blaming it on the hair?
So we can control your behavior based off of your videos. That's what I'm hearing.
It's my hair. I know it's my hair.
That's
because
fantastic.
when my hair, listen, Everybody
wow.
that watches the video, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a powerful video. We love this video." But then when they see that thumbnail, they're like, "Hold on. That hair is unacceptable. We're not doing that today." So they'll
Oh
skip right
man.
past it. Even my mama was just telling me, your sister was like, "You used to ask us about the thumbnails. Now you haven't, and that thumbnail is hideous." So right there, that's why I love my sister. I tell y'all, no one can tell me anything that hurt my feelings. And my sister will always keep it 100 with me. So will my mama. They're like, you look too Afrocentric. You need to take them braids out your head. So
Too Afrocentric? Is there such a thing? Oh my goodness.
apparently. But and Minister, did you forget what today is? Today is the day.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. Oh, today is the what is
parade.
it? The parade. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
he had to get down there because I saw a picture and Fulton
Probably got to get down there
Street
early.
is
Okay.
packed like who knows business. So he definitely had to get down
Gotta get there early.
To get in.
What do the spirit fingers have to do with anything?
Well, she got her New York Nick. New York Nick nails. You know, the New York niece. What's up, Celeste? How you doing this morning, sister?
Good morning. First of all, Crystal, I want to say I know that you're absolutely correct about your video because I was watching some videos that I was considering sending to AT for Battle of the Sexes, where they were asking men, like showing women to men. And they asked the guy and they said, well, you know, would you date her? And he said, no, she's attractive. She's really cute. And he said, but I don't think I would date her. And they said, why? And he said, I don't like her hair. Yep. And then the women, they're doing this a lot now, is asking men, and the men, a lot of men are reporting, oh, I don't like her hair. So
what was wrong with the hair, Celeste? What's wrong with the hair?
I thought
we need some context. We didn't ask what you thought. We asked what was wrong with the hair.
What was the style? You ain't got to tell us what was wrong. What was the style?
She had it like a kinky curly, and it was in a little short bob with a bang,
She had the Karen haircut.
That's not the Karen haircut.
No, it wasn't straight. It wasn't straight. It was like a little kinky. I thought it was look cute, and she was adorable. She was
We got to see the video.
She was pretty. I'm gonna send you this video.
You need to send me the video.
I will send you this video because there's this guy. He, of course, he's part of the alphabet community, but he's not saying it for the not for the alphabet community. He's explaining for women what your hairstyle looks according to your hairstyle. That's what you're going to attract. So he explains. If you have braids and you have like the straight knotless braids, you're going to attract more Asian and more white men. And he breaks down. He says, if you have bundles, you're going to attract this. Like when my hair is bone straight, when I have it silk pressed, he explains that is attractive across the board. That is he calls it the conservative look. That is attractive across the board. So men of all different ethnicities. But he breaks down. And
you letting a gay man tell you what straight men like. I'm just making sure I'm hearing correctly.
But I'm not sure they're wrong though.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
And all your experience of being a man, you're not sure they're wrong.
No, but
I'm listening. Go ahead. Tell me more.
Correct.
We watch men and we see, because I've seen men who, when my hair is curly, they're not interested. I've seen my hair in braids, they're not interested. I've seen my hair straight, everybody.
I have a question, Crystal. So you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, that we should be listening to what this gentleman's saying about what men say they're interested in, right? Because if men are interested in a certain thing, we're not saying that. We're not listening to men on what they're actually interested in. We're listening to gay men on what they think that men are interested in.
We're saying, he said.
Celeste is saying yes, Crystal's saying no. I don't know what to do here.
He's speaking specifically to women. He's not telling men who to find attractive. He's telling women, after all of his.
He's telling women what?
What he has learned from his straight male friends.
So he's telling women how they should dress to get a certain type of man.
Their hair, not their dress.
Well, not the dress, fine, but their hair, right? To get a certain type of man. So if I show you a video of a very conservative woman on TikTok who has her hair in a bonnet because she believes in modesty, and thousands of men commenting saying, love this, I agree. Would you consider putting your hair in a bonnet?
For that. Yeah, this is exactly correct. This is why a straight man can do it. Because if you show pictures to straight men and ask them to rate 1 to 5, and then from that rating, you are able to collect some data, you can still say likely. Now, we're not always talking every single, but it is possible to say more than likely if you wear this type of hair or if you, present yourself in this manner or in this dress, this is the perception of you. You're able to get some data just because it may be a gay man that's handing you the picture doesn't mean that
this is why, Wise, you need to show up to this, right? I will shift the entire thing around.
I already
This is
said
the reason
I'm not
why.
sitting next to him. I'm
You did
sitting
say
next to
that.
Minister Dan.
Don't make Crystal sit next to me 2 years in a row doing this.
I'm not sitting next to you. Let me tell you. Because
Oh no, you're sitting next to 18 because I'm not sitting next to 18.
Y'all around here talking like y'all have had the hair. That's the thing. I've had my hair just.
Y'all are around here talking like y'all have a penis. Like, what are we actually doing?
I'm
Seriously.
Experience. I've talked
Seriously.
with men. I'm talking about older men, younger men. When I was in corporate America, if my hair was a certain way, they responded to me a certain way. When my hair was bone straight, they responded to me in a certain way. I remember, I can tell you one specific man. When I first moved to Atlanta, I had my hair natural. I had it short. And my review, it was a black man and a white man. My review, when they were talking about Crystal, the assistant, the property manager, they would say, oh, she's militant, she's difficult, she's this, she's that. All I did was straighten my hair. That's all I did. She is so pleasant. She's such a wonderful person. I had flowers on my desk from these same men. I'm telling you. There's a thing. Maybe there's some men that like.
Okay, so
Crystal, do men in Atlanta represent all the men in the United States?
They definitely don't. They definitely don't. Especially when most of the men there, they're not even interested in women. Like, come on, man, stop it.
Correct.
I love you so much, Crystal. Doing this 2 years in a row, I see why you were hesitant because this gets fun. It truthfully does.
It does get fun. I will say this: men,
it actually really does.
Most men marry natural. So if your hair is naturally straight,
hold on. We're not talking marriage. If you only go by attention.
So we're talking about attraction, but not marriage.
No, it doesn't matter. If you are a woman and you say, what gets me attention? Good attention, but whatever. Everyone who gives you attention isn't going to marry you. Presumably, you're only marrying one person. But 1,000 people may give you attention. So hold a second. The point is you got to wade through that 1,000 to get that one. And you are going to learn something about men as you are interacting. I'm not talking physically. I'm just talking hello, good morning, maybe, coffee, whatever. But as you're interacting with that 1,000, you can learn something about how people perceive you. And in this case, those people are men. That is not an impossible feat.
I'm just speaking on it from a marriage perspective. Okay. Men want real. However you are real, they will marry you real. I'm just saying. I know plenty of brothers that are married. I am a married man to a black woman, and my preference is that her hair is natural, in her natural state. And you can rock it and do what you need to do with it, but I'm not interested in the wigs and the fake stuff and all. I'm not interested in any of that. Keep it real. That is my preference.
I do want to say that for the Celeste, and Crystal knows this. Believe it or not, for y'all in the comment section who've never seen this, Crystal and I actually agree on most things. It's just having the nuances we get back and forth. Celeste, you'll appreciate a video I will be playing for. I don't know which day I'll play it on, but there's a video that actually does support what you're saying. It's probably the best way I've ever heard a woman describe what it's like to go out for a single one. We're not talking about marriage on this point. She says, everyone always will ask the pressure that women have to go out and to date, which is very real. And she says, imagine, I'm gonna paraphrase, I'll do it real short, and I'll say the video for later. A jar, and you're being asked to dip in, and there's an M&M in the jar. And you're told there's an M&M in that jar, but inside that jar there's acid, there's a bunch of needles, and there's a bunch of parasites, and you don't know what you're going to pull out. And so you'll get one, you'll pull it out, and you get burned, you'll get bitten, and you'll have a lot of pain. And the worst part is sometimes they can pretend to be M&Ms. And so you'll take it out, and you won't know that it's not actually an M&M, it's actually the acid, or it's actually the needle. And so the feeling of not wanting to go there, I can see it from both sides, and that's why we're going to have the conversation, because it really is a conversation. We're not just up there to argue. It's to figure out, like, how do we, using scripture as the final answer, right?
Why argue? Look at his face. He ready to argue. Look at that face.
Crystal. Look at his face. Crystal. No, don't be that. I want to introduce you to the kettle pot. Right? Come on.
Whatever. I just want y'all to answer one question. So yes, then, why is it the videos when my hair is straight or curly like this, they get more views than the video where my hair was twisted down.
You're going off of 2 videos. That is not enough videos to get you a conclusion off of that.
But we can do some analytics after a while, now that we know we're looking at this. But can I say this?
Your hair looks great, Crystal.
It is not unfair to say that the more attractive you are, whatever that means, that's subjective. But the more attractive you are, particularly as a woman, the more likely people would click on your video. That's not unreasonable to say.
I have my only pushback to that. You're 100% correct.
For women,
she talks
yes.
about God. She does not always want people who are just going to see how pretty she is. Crystal, for those of you who don't listen to her videos, I do encourage it. She genuinely does put thought and effort into the videos she has. I've never in my life seen somebody go through Amos. Never in my life seen somebody do that, and she absolutely crushed it. So I just would push back that. Is that the kind of attention that she wants?
No, I'll tell you why you do want that. Hold on. And this is why we're going to have this. I'm going to force myself again, now that I know I can do it. Now we're in the relay, got to do it 3 days, but okay. Because people are evolutionary beings. And the reason both men and women have a priority for attractiveness, we have perverted the word attractive, but in evolutionary terms, attractive means able to live long. And when you live in an environment that is full of famine and war, you want to mate with someone. You want your offspring to have the most likely chance of living. And therefore you want to mate with someone who's likely strong enough, which is what we now consider attractive, to actually bring a offspring to life and to maintain it in life long enough, which was a feat when you're talking famine and war for women to be able to do. So people are evolutionary predisposed to look for those factors which we in our evolutionary brain find attractive. So yes, you do want people to click on you for your attractiveness, because in their mind, what it says is that you're fit and you're capable and you're able to withstand living. And particularly men look for that in women. They are looking for someone who has a high likelihood of bringing their offspring to life and then can sustain it once they're here.
And Celeste,
let me respond back to her before you pile on that.
I know I'm not going to pile. I just want to say, and Celeste, let's just put this. Add the cherry to the top. If women could just show up anywhere, anyhow on the internet, then I could come on with my bonnet. I don't have to add. I ain't got to.
I don't have the ability to do that.
Why?
No.
Why?
See, this is why I don't want you to let you go. This is why, because now I'm not gonna give you a chance to respond back to Celeste. You see how she's trying to do?
A certain thing, there's a certain aesthetic that is, I guess, required for women in comparison to men.
Okay.
See, I'll give you the last word. We're gonna keep it moving. I got some
pushback I have on what you said, Celeste. I think you even said it in your argument. You said attraction. We have perverted what attraction is. I wholeheartedly agree, right? But because it's perverted, it means it is not the way it is meant to be. So yes, I agree that right now, if I've been joked with Crystal about this one, all she got to do is just show a little bit of shoulder. That's it, right? If she did half the things that TikTok banned her for in the first place, she would have millions of individuals up there, especially given her past and her history. We ain't got to talk about it, right? But the question is that what we are supposed to do, right? I understand that nowadays, right, 5'5", brown eyes, smile like the sunrise, you get a lot of people to click on that. But is that the standard that we're supposed to set? There's a young woman right now who's a quadriplegic, who is not attractive by typical beauty standards right now for the days, not attractive at all whatsoever. She talks about God. She's hard to look at, right? And yet she talks about God and has a lot of people who follow her. Would we argue with her that, hey, you know what, do the best you can to look as presentable? Or do we want men to start looking at women? Yes, attraction is important when it comes to a sexual nature. Absolutely, right? That's just reproduction. And I agree with you on that case. Absolutely, right? But that's so highly subjective that we have a mistake of saying the standard is you must be over 6 feet tall as a man. The standard is you must be, petite and whatever it may be as a woman outside of health. I don't think that's of God. God, in fact, said you are created in these two different ways, right? There's roles that you have. You show me somewhere in the Bible where it says that you must find the woman and be drawn to the woman that pleases your eye, then I'll push back on you. But to say that it doesn't exist, to your point, there's a whole book in the Bible actually that talks about that attractiveness. It's actually quite erotic. We did that last year with Crystal. It was hilarious. People didn't know. It was so funny, right? So the question is, what's that line then? What's the line of presentability? Are you respecting your temple where the Holy Spirit dwells? Are you accepting that the crown on your head is indeed your hair and the beauty that is femininity? What is that line where we're not going beyond it and saying, I'm doing this, and I'm not saying Crystal's doing this, don't y'all come at me, right? But what is the line between I'm doing this just to draw in the male gaze, and I'm not even using that for a holy means? Crystal, like the woman that deep battled that one day, right? Someone who turned around and flashed the butt, right? That's the wrong way. So what's that line? How do we get there while respecting who we were created to be, pushing back against the world? We're meant to be in the world. We have no choice, but we're not meant to be of the world.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have fun, Celeste. You don't want to sit next to me? Are you sure?
Yeah, this is.
I'm not sitting next to you. I'm not sitting. I'm telling you, so I want to be on the end with Miss Danza. We want to be segregated.
You may not. That may not go the way you want it to, but we'll have to see how it goes.
It may not. Shout out to Gerard Caswell coming through, $5 super chat, says adopt me too, Jeff. Oh yeah, I read that one already. Al Blossom says, love my ARP family. Read that one too. Thank you, Al, for being a member. Been a member for 2 months. Gerard said he need that 3XL. You know what, Gerard? I gotta look into that. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna work on that. That's one of my tasks that I'm gonna work on over the weekend. I gotta figure that out. But appreciate you being a member for 16 months, bro. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. That is awesome. Shout out to Lewis coming through. $2 super chat says, why is Messi or Ronaldo? It's definitely Messi. Definitely.
Ronaldo.
Why?
I looked at Messi's the way how he handles the fans, and I fell in love with how Ronaldo handles the fans. Messi is Messi.
Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about on the pitch. Just on the pitch, Messi all day long. I mean, he's tied for the most goals in World Cup history. Dude's just a winner everywhere he goes. He just wins. You can't say the same thing for Ronaldo. But I do understand where you're coming from as far as like, is he personable, with the fans? Yeah, I think Ronaldo is a lot more, he's more, nicer to the fans for sure. Yeah. Messi, he's a little different, but on the pitch, Messi's that dude. Mm-hmm. Messi is that dude. Shout out to Uncle Darnell, $2 super chat. Thank you. Thank you for your hair, Nisi. Shout out to Eric Romine, $2 super chat says, can men not have preferences too? Over 6 feet asking.
Absolutely they can.
You can. And this
you absolutely can.
And
nobody's contradicting that.
I'm so serious.
No, they don't want men to have preferences. They don't want us to have preferences.
No.
I'm just surprised the two ladies in the panels were real quick to say men can have preferences, but the second the man has the wrong preferences, they get upset.
No, you can have I can have any preference I want. That doesn't mean you're going to meet it. Exactly. You can have any preference you want. Having a preference doesn't mean the rest of the world is going to adjust to meet it.
Do you remember that conversation I had with you, Brother Rice, real quick, when I told you,
Thank you, Pam.
I can't wait to get married, because when I get married, I don't have to figure out the weight.
Oh, honey,
you told me that, Crystal. Yeah.
So that weight thing where you're sitting down there, some men say, I like a thin woman. I like a woman that's curvy. Listen, this is frustrating. So
there's someone for everyone. Don't worry about that. That just lets you know there's somebody for everyone.
Shout out to Tam G, $2 super chat says, leave my girls alone. I love you, ladies. Oh my goodness, Tam G. We're not picking on them. I didn't even start this. Celeste wanted to kick this off. Shout out to LJ, $2 super chat says, only feedback is they don't like wigs and weaves. Yeah, most men prefer natural nowadays. What you guys got to understand with the natural, and I know you'll see all these Instagram models and all these people or whatever, and they're all over these platforms, and they might have followers and likes and all this. Some of it, I think a large chunk of it is other women following them. Men don't care for the ants life looking chicks. They don't care for that.
What?
They don't want it.
No, they don't want to marry it.
They won't marry them chicks.
Okay, you're right.
They don't. Well, I mean, are we not? Is AT's program? Is this not a biblical program? You know what I'm saying? Do we not speak on and stand on the word of God? We're talking about marriage.
Difference between marriage and everything else.
Oh,
and
absolutely. Well, what you got to understand, see, what y'all don't understand about men is the spectrum of what men will, jump in the hay with is man,
broad.
It's super broad.
Yes.
I'm telling you, especially if they've served in the military, everybody has fallen on a few grenades for the homies.
We don't have to talk about that. Oh gosh, she's not wrong.
Not with y'all.
That's why they're like, if you ask the average man, no matter how attractive you think he is, he's gonna have a wide spectrum of women that he's dealt with in that manner. But what he would choose to wife is something completely different. Completely different.
I agree. But we're not disagreeing with that. The unfortunate, and this is probably the challenge, and we should save all this for the show because we're hijacking your program.
You are the one that started it.
But
no, she can't wait. Can't wait.
You really can't. Although, truth be told, you can't wait either. Wise. Let's tell the truth.
Well, I just speak on the marriage, let's speak on the marriage aspect of things. Shout out to Deb coming through. $5 super chat says, okay, the women on this panel are beautiful, intelligent, and have the love of all of us. Crystal and Celeste, I love you guys. Shout out to you,
Deb. I don't know if I could love you more. I just don't. I'm not sure I can.
Shout out to Deb. Uncle Darnell in the building, $10 super chat says, doesn't matter, Nisi, if a man is into you, your hair won't change that at all. Argue all you want. But though some will judge, others will act on their attraction. Okay.
Talk about it, Uncle.
Well, I don't know. I don't know because you get a husband. Husbands are gonna have says. Because Lord knows I've had says. In how I want my wife to wear her hair, and if she attempts to do things, I'm like, nah, don't do that.
Like how
don't do that.
It goes both ways in your situation. Your beard is an example of that. Yeah,
exactly. I cut the beard off, and wife was like, you didn't even talk to me about this.
Don't ever do that again.
There was no conversation. I just cut it off and came downstairs. She's like,
But
don't do that again.
I just want everybody to say, listen, I'm not vapid like that, y'all. I'm just saying, I just realized my viewers don't like the thumbnail when I look like Crystal from the Roundaway Girl. That's all I was saying. That's all I'm saying. And since I'm not, I'm trying to spread more common sense on the Lord's internet, I need to make sure I bring more people in. That's all I'm saying.
Crystal, you have a Crystal Beyond Labels, Crystal Beyond Blessed. I know you're always looking for new ones. You could do like a grudge channel, just let your hair just go for a little bit. Crystal Beyond Classy, like really lean into that.
Shout out to Teddy Marcel coming through with the $2 super chat. Says Crystal I want to say maybe that's an is.
I'm
unsure.
Well, I'm unsure.
All right. Huh?
Crystal,
I'm unsure.
I'm unsure if that guy's friends are straight.
That's a good point too.
That's a great point. I don't know too many straight dudes that hang around with dudes in the alphabet community.
Not enough to talk about your attraction to women. Like that. That's a deep hangout.
I don't know, man. Maybe family, and even then it may be limited. You know what I'm saying? Even then it may be limited.
How many of y'all talking to your siblings about that stuff? Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Gifting 20 CBL memberships. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, you are a blessing, bro. That's why, I said I need to be adopted by Jeff, man. Hey, adopt me. Gerard said adopt him as well. Shout out to Jeff again. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery Channel. $11 super chat says, I have rolls. Need to lay off the pizza. You're Italian, Jeff. You can't lay off the pizza and the pasta. Are you kidding me? Come on, now.
Love you some rolls, Jeff.
Shout out to the New Life, been a member for a month. Y'all made me love you. God bless. Appreciate that.
That is so sweet.
Thank you for your service.
Even in spite of AT. Oh my God.
Shout out to Uncle Darnell, $5 super chat. See, girls, what you need to understand is men value performance over feelings. Okay, now.
Uncle Darnell, you sound like you want to get a piece too, right? Let me know. Reach out to me.
Uncle Darnell wants to be on the show. He wants to be there.
Go ahead,
You won't
Celeste.
do
Just say it. But men see with their eyes before they see the performance. Just
You know what?
You
I
mean
have
no? I gotta pause that. You mean
understanding.
human beings see with their eyes before they see
Yes.
performance?
Yes.
Why is that just
Yeah.
a man?
It's
Man's
not just
quality?
a man.
Because biologically, you access your visual cortex 35% more than women do. That's why.
That is true. No, you're absolutely right.
That's why.
We're going to look
Withdrawn,
at
Your Honor.
you got to draw us in with the looks first. There's got to be something, you know, unless it's 2 a.m. and you're leaving the club.
Oh my God.
And then it doesn't matter that much.
You had a few
I'm
Henny.
sorry. Flashbacks from back in the day. Good
Blame
Lord.
it on the Henny. Blame it on the
Look at AT. He having flashbacks too, because I know
I am.
Army dudes, their standards are like that much. Standards.
No, they don't
low.
exist. It's in the mud. It's in the mud.
You guys aren't as bad as the Marines, though. Marines are worse. The Marines are worse. Oh my goodness. They have no standards. None.
We used to joke about the Marines and said they read Moby Dick and took that as a personal life journey.
Oh God.
Wow. Okay.
Shout out to Jeff once again. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel. $11 super chat says AT was my wingman at the club. Closing time. You start to squint and get less picky. Yes. Thanks again, Army, for the sacrifice. Jeff knows what I'm talking about. He's old salty dog. He knows what I'm talking about. And Jeff, once again, it's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat says, just not Crystal beyond bonnets.
I like that one too. I like that one. I'm
Yeah,
waiting to
please
see
don't do
Crystal
that.
on camera with
Please
a bonnet.
don't
We're
do
gonna make
that.
it happen
Please
one
don't
day.
do that.
I think
Oh,
that,
my
I'll be
goodness.
honest, I did that once,
Y'all
and
a trip.
the way my phone rang from my daddy, and
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Papa Baptiste.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
ever.
Thank you.
Listen, I can't even wear my glasses. My dad is like, I don't like what you look like on the camera with the glasses.
I'm actually getting ready to see about taking mine off for exactly that reason. It is
Plus, I think the glasses work very well
I
for
like
you.
the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
y'all
like
y'all tripping, man.
I'm just telling you what Daddy said. Daddy said, Crystal, your face in them glasses, don't do it. My mama says, don't put your hair all back, because to me you got a big face, and I don't want that big face all over the. Like, they legit will tell me these things. So I'm telling y'all right now.
Your pop said you got a big face. Lord Jesus.
Listen, when you are a woman, when you are a young girl, you live in critique land. That
Yes.
skirt
Oh,
is too
man.
short. It's too tall.
Y'all are a
It's
mess.
this. Your arm likes to be this. That's what it's about.
Seriously.
Shout out to Alicia C's coming through. Been a member for 2 months. Says, I love waking up to this Christian community of friends. I appreciate y'all so much. But I only live love the ladies. Okay.
Love you too.
Okay.
Now,
That's okay.
you know that's wrong, right? Now you know
Come
that's
on,
wrong,
ladies.
right? I know her personally. That's why I'm saying this, right? You know that's wrong.
Why are you hating though?
Really? So spreading love equally the way that God did to the rest of humanity is hating? Just explain that one to me. I'm like,
Mhm,
Why? My
mhm.
sister in the comments, and she just said it. She said, I did say that, sissy. Truth is truth, and I love you. Yes, my sister, listen, I'm telling you, nothing on the Lord's internet could hurt my feelings. I grew up in my family. You have to have tough skin to be in this family.
I heard that. Shout out to Miss Yvonne for supporting the channel via Buy Me a Coffee. We do appreciate you. And there was someone the other day, it just said someone, they didn't put their name on it, but thank you as well for supporting the channel via Buy Me a Coffee as well. Thank you guys so much. And shout out to Eric Plummer supporting the channel via Cash App as well. Thank you guys. Let's get into this. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button. Obviously, super chat, super things are greatly appreciated. Be on the lookout. We will drop the link here in a little bit for you guys to pull up and call in today. We're definitely looking forward to hearing from you guys. We're gonna start this. Start the show with black fatigue, man. There's so much craziness going on, out here on the internet. And I've put together a nice little montage of clips. The last clip, I'm not a real big fan of the guy, but truth is truth. I mean, I can't refute what he said. So I added it, anyway, even though it's probably going to, upset and ruffle some feathers, but it's okay. Shout out to Jeff. $11 super chat says only Chicago would keep the Obama trash can and let the Bears leave. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that too. We got to talk about Obama. That's the Messiah for folks. AT, you still got that Obama picture, hanging up? Is it still back there?
My fellow Americans. Yeah.
Shout out to Teddy Marcel, $2 super chat says, Celeste, never remove the glasses. Because it would
Wow.
love. Because it would love. Shout out to Opposing Countess, $2 super chat says, Celeste, always lovely, but sans stunning.
See, some people like it without.
Look at that. Okay. LJ, $2 super chat says, on track for beer growth recovery by 8/15/2026. We getting there, man. Hey, this thing is growing, it's filling in. It's a process. You
So
know,
LJ
for those
just
of you
fires
guys
for
that are-
effect, I realize.
Yeah.
I love
Shout out
it.
to LJ. We've been for those that have been rocking with me for a while when I started doing my channel, this is about it might have been a little less than this when I first started doing this way back in 24. You know, and then over the years, I think people just got a chance to watch it just grow out, and then it got, you know, down here, and then I decided to cut it, and I kind of regretted it after I did it, you know. But hey, it is what it is. It's hair. It'll grow back. All right, hit that like button for me. You know, I want to play this clip. And get your thoughts. Celeste, we'll start with you when we come back.
People, we want to know why people don't want our kids in public places. You want to know why they're putting all these rules of a dress code and literally forcing them out of restaurants and all of this. Well, I'm going to give you some sound advice. When you are okay with your child singing songs like Spin That by Young Miami, saying, first line is, where my scamming ass niggas at? And you wonder why our kids are so poisoned, why they think that killing and violence is cool. They glorify the thug, lust, and scamming culture. And you're okay with them listening to this music. You're hitting record of your young daughter's twerking. You're hitting record with your sons throwing up gang signs, having all the money out there, you know, because we gotta know that they have money, right? It's embarrassing. It is. It's extremely embarrassing. And then you give other races something to talk about. Why? A lot of people are not far off on their allegations about these stereotypes. Now, when you have your kids listening to this stuff and you're hearing it, is there nothing that goes through your mind like, this is absolute trash? That my kid may have been influenced by some of these lyrics about the culture. Does that ever run through your head? No, it doesn't. All right. And again, this is not all black people. But I see the trajectory of where this is going. And it does not look good. When are the influential people in the black community that care so much about black people advancement and all of this stuff, why are they not speaking out about this? We can talk all the time about white people, how oppressed we are, all that, but why are we not talking about how our babies are being poisoned by these lyrics, these songs, and these rappers that you guys glorify?
That's because they're in on the grift as well. Especially the Boule crowd, the black liberals, so forth and so on. They big up and support this. I mean, also the politicians as well. I mean, do you guys not recall Maxine Waters said that her favorite rapper at the time, I think it was Nicki Minaj, and she liked some Cardi B. No, it wasn't that. It was the WAP song. And she was like, oh, that's my jam. And this is Maxine Waters, an 80-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm. Too old.
I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that what you ingest is what you become. So we can talk about all of these things, about what other races are doing to us, but we can't fix our own problems. If we took half the time to worry about what's going on over here and fixing the problems in our own community, we really wouldn't even have time to hear the bigots, the racists, all of that. But no, we like to pass the blame. I'm tired of it. And Black people that have money and influence, you need to start speaking up about this stuff. You guys are being loyal to the demise of our people, and something has to be said. What a concept.
Austin Bob, knife had blood on the tip when he dropped. How the few gonna stop me? Shit niggas going out back, Marlo out the box.
Regular customers of the Classic Mart family business in the medical center area say they're sharing the heartache of a vicious attack of senseless violence overnight. Police say a 25-year-old store clerk was stabbed to death when he refused to sell a 99-cent tobacco product to an underage customer. Sue Cowberg talked with plenty of people who say they are still in shock.
Witnesses are telling us they can't believe how ridiculous this is. They say a man was stabbed to death because he refused to sell a 99-cent smoke.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to take somebody's life over something like so small and spend the rest of your life in jail. It's not.
It's sad. It's sad. Real sad.
I was like, oh my God.
Regulars say the family who runs the Classic Mart came from Jordan to build a new life.
They are the American dream, really.
It's a dream that died around 1 a.m. when police say an angry young man attacked the 25-year-old clerk for refusing to sell him a tobacco product because he wasn't old enough.
Lose his life for doing his job. Tragedy.
He's a baby.
Yeah, young man, 17 years old, walks into the store, dude asking for ID. He didn't have the ID to show that he was over the age of 18 to purchase the product that he was asking for, and lost it and you know, took this young man out, 25 years old. That's crazy. They did catch him, but people are, you know, calling this Carmelo Anthony 2.0.
Oh, God. He doesn't even live.
Police say the victim's family saw the attack on a surveillance camera, saw the suspect run away, and called for help immediately, but it was too late. Investigators say the suspect surrendered to police hours later after a standoff at an apartment complex across the street. The name of the victim hasn't been released yet. As we learn more about the charges and the bond in this especially sad case, we will share it.
Jean Gregg was shot multiple times after stepping in to protect her son during a watch sale outside their home. Police say the suspect pulled out a gun while inspecting the watch, and Gregg pushed him away from the property before being shot as she walked back toward her home in front of her family. She was rushed to the hospital in critical condition and later declared brain dead before being taken off life support on June 13th.
And at a certain point, we need to confront this. You can ignore it. You can avoid it. You can try and sidestep that conversation. But at the end of the day, why is it that we can't live in major cities? A huge part of it is because of this criminal population. And it's not all of them. Everybody knows that. It almost doesn't even need to be said. We all know not every single black person's a criminal. And we all know not every single black person is a racist against white people. We all know that. However, we also know that the reason you're not able to go safely on the subway at night or during the day is because of this contingent. I don't know how big it is. I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but there is a contingent among the black population that makes it unsafe for everybody. Blacks and whites included, Hispanics and Asians. That's why you can't ride on the subway. And the reason that you can't commute to work on the subway is because of this. That's why you got to get a car and drive in traffic. And the reason you can't live in certain neighborhoods and why you got to go and move out in the suburbs is the same reason. And the reason you can't send your kids to school in the city is because of the same reason. And the reason you can't have a 24/7 restaurant downtown, it's the same reason. And so how are we going to live? How are we going to live How are we going to live our lives free from fear? How are we going to live our lives and even have a social fabric at all when this is the kind of thing that is going on?
I know a lot of people are like, man, Nick Fuentes, I hate to agree with the guy, but
Oh no.
No, I agree.
Oh, is that who that was?
I didn't hear a lie, you
No.
know, and he said some pretty reckless things in the past, you know, and I don't necessarily condone, you know, anything that he said, but he didn't lie here. You know, he didn't lie. Celeste, I'll give you the first word. What are your thoughts?
I think that the Black Boule, which is the liberal contingent of the white liberal, mostly expressed by white women, are absolutely destroying what this Black, particularly urban, but not solely urban community. There are two problems here. The first problem is we have got to deal with the young, angry men. There's no way out of that. And I'm not sure if there is if it's possible to deal with that without dealing with fatherlessness. Men will have to speak to this more clearly than I would. But from what I've been able to observe in my own life, anecdotally, from friends and family members and you know, associates, and just from what I've been able to read, the genesis of a lot of this anger, if not most of it, is the absence of fathers in young men's life. They are very angry on that. And I talk about this in my book. When you get someone who is angry, for all human beings, there are only two choices for what you can do with that anger. Either the anger implodes and you become destructive to yourself, or it explodes and you become destructive to the society in which you live. And I think what we are seeing is an explosion of anger turned into violence by young men. And I think at the beginning of it is fatherlessness. That is number one. The second problem and why people are fatigued. People are not fatigued at the perpetrators of what is going on. All people understand there will always be people in your group who are aberrant, who have aberrant behavior and do things wrong. Nobody's upset about that. What is making people fatigued is that they do not see prominent Black people calling it out. Whenever there's a Black prominent person, or even Black people by and large, in the pulpits, teachers in the school, wherever Black people are standing in front of someone, other than with the possible exception of some of us on the internet, there is no real mass call out of bad, violent behavior, which makes other people think, I have to accept this from them because they accept that from themselves. They put themselves in danger for their bad children, which is true. And they can't understand this. And I'm not going to put myself in danger because you won't control your bad child. That is what the fatigue is about. Black people will not self-reflect, self-regulate, monitor themselves, and then when something goes wrong, call it out for what it is. And that leaves everybody else who's exposed to you and your pathology, one, afraid, sick and tired of it, because every day it's something, and they're growing sick and tired of it, and they keep waiting. If Black people would say, you know what, we don't stand for this, this is wrong, and if we could, the rest of that's a small population that's doing that. But if the larger population could make their voice and say, we don't support this, we think this is wrong, you are the ones that are losing your Black card and losing your invitation to the proverbial cookout or whatever this so-called great thing is Black people have to offer that they dole out and pull back. Whatever that is, if we flip that and said, no, you're the ones, because you're the ones acting a plumb fool out here, not us, and we don't support that, that would that would give a lot of other people more comfort. Frankly, it would give me more comfort because I know I don't want to go, like Crystal was saying when she went home to visit people. If I go to New York, I promise you're not going to find me in the subway. I will Uber and cab it all. And if I can't afford to do that, then I'm not going. But what I'm not doing is exposing myself to people who have a culture of lawlessness. It's sanctioned in their home, it's justified and sanctioned in their school, and even in their court systems, they are coddled and their behavior is justified. If you send me to a place like that, I am trying my best to figure out how to engage the least with the population there because there's too much opportunity for bad things to happen where there is no recourse and no consequences. And Black people are not establishing enough consequences in their own home. So they are not giving anybody confidence that their kids can come out into the world and behave.
That was a mic drop. The sad part about it is that video, that montage, I could have put together 60 minutes worth or more of content. And this is just stuff that just recently has been posted. There were footage of, a couple of young white women or ladies, more or less, walking, minding their own business. And they had their hair yanked and all of a sudden, just started getting beat on, by, some young Black chicks. There's another video of a guy in the doctor's office playing his music all loud, and the lady just basically had to cuss him out, and he got mad, talking about we can go outside. It's just like, wait, this is a woman that you're talking to, though. Like, I mean, the sad part about it is these types of videos. I mean, you could go on and on and on with this bad behavior, and Celeste, you're absolutely right. People on what do you call it, leftist media, they won't call it out. You can't get the pastors to call it out. You can't get anybody to say anything about this abhorrent behavior that is being perpetrated by a small percentage of these folks. But you have a larger percentage of people that say, well, they Black, we can't say nothing. And we definitely can't say nothing about them in front of white people. We definitely can't say that. So they just allow this stuff to just fester. And it's really sad, man. It's really, really sad.
And the backlash, there's going to be a backlash for this.
It's already happening.
They are not going to be walking around in fear and in misery and can't access public places and spaces because you in your ill-dressed, ill-behaved young people don't know how to go anywhere and sit down and whatever. But I'm telling you, the heart of this is really about this absolute anger and nihilism in young men. We have got to do something about. We need young men.
No, you're absolutely right.
Them. We cannot have a generation where men can't function. We will absolutely perish as a community, and broader as a society at large. We have to have functioning young men. We cannot have ticking time bombs like grenades littered throughout the community and the society, able to detonate and go off at any moment. That is a recipe for disaster. We have got to get to this issue with young men because we have to have them.
No, I'm with you 1000%. When I was on the show last week, the Biblical Christian, we've talked about this a multitude of times that, if we can, increase the marriage rate and lower the out of wedlock births, a lot of our issues we would solve those issues almost immediately, but then probably at least within a decade or so, we could solve a lot of the issues in these communities that are basically, they always talk about the food desert, but these are father deserts, in a lot of these communities.
That's a bar right there. Father
Crystal, I'd have a question for you. You can go with this wherever you'd like to go, but I want to go to the church. Why are the pastors not speaking on this?
Because
go for it. I'm sorry.
Pastors are in bed with the same people. The pastors are laying in bed with these same exact people. We just all of us have talked about that Howard John Wesley that got up in the Lord's church, and the church was full from the rafters down to the very bottom. It was full. And he said black people that left the Divine Nine are sellouts. Black people who have decided that they're not supporting the Democratic Party are sellouts. And it is their job to call black people out that are not standing for things that are antithetical to Christ. If they're over here on the conservative side, please call them sellouts. Push them away. We want no part. This is what a pastor is standing on the pulpit. It's supposed to be a pulpit, but we're just going to call it a platform now because it's not a pulpit. That is a pastor standing there and preaching that. I said this last night. It's so interesting. People don't understand. Many Christians are going to go to hell. Many Christians are going to go to hell. And people are like, what do you mean? Because there's so many Christians, and I'm do this, that they're so beholden to their pastor, their church, their legalism. That pastor could tell them anything.
Skin color.
Exactly. Skin color. And they're not reading the word of God. They're just listening to what the pastor said. There's some people said, but my pastor said, I don't care what your pastor says. What does the word of God say? Will you tell me what your pastor said? What did Jesus say?
Yeah. What did the Bible say? Tell me that.
You telling me about the pastor? I don't care about the pastor. The pastor is a flawed man, just like you, just like every last one of us. I agree with Celeste's of fatherlessness, but I want to take it a step further. It's not the fatherlessness of just the men in home, because I see a lot of people in the comments saying, I grew up without a father and I have brothers and we were never like that. It's not just the human side. It's the fatherlessness of not having God as their father. I'm telling you right now, Black people, and I know Black people hate when I say this, but Black people, you are definitely cursed. And I'm going to tell you why you're cursed. Notice I said you're cursed. I'm not cursed. You're cursed. Let me explain to you why you're cursed. Because you decided that you didn't need God. You decided you wanted ancestry. You wanted African spiritualism. You wanted Black idolatry. You wanted all of those things above God. God was the one who brought your ancestors out of slavery. It was Jesus Christ. It was nobody else but Jesus Christ that got because they held on. I know a lot of people say the slave masters gave them the Bible and blah, blah. That's how much y'all know about stuff. Y'all are so ignorant. That word of God was what helped them get through slavery and get out of slavery. That faith in Jesus Christ pulling them out. Why do you think there were so many churches? So many Black people in that time went into the house of the Lord and heard the word of God because they needed God to get them through this. And God brought them out. He brought them out. And not only brought them out, there was a point where Black people were climbing the ladder, doing just as well. As we always say, there was a point during the Jim Crow era where Black people economy and white people economy it was looking real close. Why? Because Black people turned their eyes away from everything else and was looking to God because only God could save them. But y'all started feeling yourselves. You started smelling yourselves, right? And you decided that you were going to do everything that is against God. You turned around and you let that fallacy, I'm going to say it right now, MLK Jr., turn you away from God, because it was his message that was talking about everything that was antithetical Christ. He was talking everything about civil rights. He was talking about all those things. And then all of a sudden your eyes went to who? Lyndon B. It went to Blackness. It went to the NAACP. It went to everybody else but our Father. You forgot, just like when you read in the Bible, a lot of people like to talk about how could Israel turn their back on God after all God did for them? You literally did it. Because everything that God brought your ancestors through, you spit in his face and you put your eyes on government. You put your eyes on these celebrities. You put your eyes on your Black skin. That is what you did. So what do you expect? God is going to give you what you want. You removed him and you put everybody else in front. You have these women that are full of pride. These Black women, they talk about, I'm the greed, I am this. But you are still a gutter ratchet bunny. That is what you are. I don't care how many degrees you have. Your degrees mean nothing next to the wisdom of these people on this panel have. Your degrees mean nothing. In fact, your degrees mean you're stupid because you don't have the wisdom of God. You sit here and you watch this, and y'all will sit down here and Carisha is excited. I have the song of the summer. The fact that that song is the song of the summer, the fact that I had to snap on that lady. I hope she does come back, that granny in the comments. I'm sorry I had to snap on you, but y'all too old to be sitting down there saying it's just a song. Y'all are too old. Y'all should know better. The Lord says with age comes wisdom. We see gray hair in your head. That's supposed to signify wisdom, but all of y'all are lacking wisdom. And then you want to know what is going on out there. And then you have people that sit there and they lie and defend all of the bad behavior. Somebody said in the comments, oh, well, every race has people that act out of pocket. You're absolutely right. Every race has debauchery in it. Every ethnicity has debauchery in it. But only the Black culture decides to uplift it, protect it, and call it the culture. And that's the toxicity of it. We are broken. That is why I love what Officer Tatum said yesterday when he was on that panel with Stephen A. Smith and that Gary guy, Gary Chambers. Gary Chambers said, so you don't see yourself Black first? And he said, no. He said, I'm an American. He said, but so you're not a Christian? He said, no, I am number one, a Christian. And then I am an American. And the guy was like, see, that's the problem. You don't understand that you're Black first. No, I'm not Black first. They trained you to think like that. Somebody asked last week, why is it that Black people need leaders? Because they were brainwashed and trained to think that they need human leaders. When in all, you only needed God as your leader the entire time. You want a leader? Put your eyes on him. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing these little boys and these little girls taking people's lives. I'm sick and tired of say his name, say her name. I'm tired of it. Why we keep saying, stop saying names, do something. And y'all do nothing. All y'all do is the same thing all the time. Y'all run, like right now in Atlanta, they're like, we got to get Keisha Lance Bottoms back as governor, get her as governor. For what? She ruined Atlanta the first time, but y'all learn nothing. All you see is Black. That's all you see. People watch Karen Bass allow LA to burn to the crisp, but y'all say, well, we voting for everybody Black. She ain't even Black, but y'all over there saying we gonna vote for everybody Black. That is how ignorant y'all are. And the Lord will leave you in your stupidity, because when you want to live in a reprobate mind, you are going to stay in that reprobate mind. As I said, saved, unsaved, and reprobate. Those are the only species now. Just remember that. And if you keep playing in that unsaved and moving over to that reprobate, you don't want to be in a reprobate mind. You better get up out of there immediately.
She was cooking hibachi style. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. AT, I'll give you the last word on this. We're gonna keep it moving.
I don't know why you do this to me, Wise. You had Celeste just. I'm looking at Pippen and Jordan right now, is what I just saw up here, but that's fine. Look, I'm gonna double down on what Crystal said, and I think she did a fantastic job with it. For anybody who might be listening to this, I mean every single part of what I'm about to say. Don't call me Black. I'm not Black, right? That doesn't exist. And most people have not been taught where that comes from. That is something that is used to divide. But if you're someone who takes it and runs with it, live your life how you want to live it, fine. But don't tell me that you're a believer in Jesus Christ. And I know that's really controversial to say. I will say it. The Amorites, the Israelites, the Egyptians, the Philistines, we know people were associated by where they were from. So yes, I'm an American. Absolutely. Because the Bible shows me an example of how I'm meant to identify myself to others. And I am a Christian. That is it. I don't share that with anything else, right? I really don't. I don't share it with my skin color. I don't share it with my state. Sure, I'm a Montanan. That's fine. That's, again, the nation in which I belong to, or the state in this case. But that doesn't differentiate me in any way besides location than someone who's from, I don't know, Georgia, for example, like a lot of individuals here. I just don't want to play. I don't want to play that game, because when I start having something else in there, when there's an issue that comes up, I won't look at it from a faith-based lens. I'll look at it from a skin color lens. And we've seen what's happened whenever that takes place. For example, the situation in Texas with what's his name? Carmelo, right? To this day, go look. Go on TikTok and just swipe through the lives. They're still talking about this case. So do you respect the governing authorities of your land? They said guilty. That's the end of the conversation. Well, if you don't agree, then fine. Don't agree. Just the question I have is this wasting time showing your disagreement, does that help or hurt the kingdom? It's literally one or the other. Like Crystal just got done saying, this whole neutrality doesn't exist. That's the side of Satan. Thank you very much for playing. That's just the way that it goes. It's so confusing being an individual in this country who looks the way that I look, who talks the way that I talk, right? I'm all proper and stuff, right? I got the words and all those things, the articulations and the such. So where am I supposed to fit in? Because I'll tell you, as a black man dating, as a black man, I'm going out into the world and trying to find employment. You are in this position where the rest of the skin color has already spoken to you, right? Or spoken for you, excuse me. Right now, you have to do that thing, right? And every individual who doesn't play the ideology game knows exactly what I'm talking about. I have to prove to this person I am not the only thing that they've seen on television, the only thing that they've seen from music, and the only thing they've seen from media. Because that's all they're going to show, and that's all they've been showing. It's to Celeste's point. When you turn on the clips, it's always us acting up. They have plenty of footage, to Wise's point, for them to choose from. They're not showcasing the black excellence that exists, the individuals who are getting their degrees, who are getting their doctorates, if it's important to you, who are getting property, homes, have multiple children that are successful, the astronaut, for goodness sake. Y'all already forgot there was a black astronaut that went to the moon and back. That's how little they care. But they will definitely, I don't know what WAP is. I don't want y'all to tell me, right? But I know Crystal has mentioned it to me before. I know that was more popular than the name of Jesus Christ, right? I disagree, Crystal. Absolutely. I want the people to keep saying, say his name, right? But you're saying the wrong name, right? You're not saying the name that actually matters. The conundrum of the black community in the United States of America sounds a little something like this. They're allowed to exhibit the behavior by definition that is racism, but it's not racist if they say it because they're considered the minority amongst the population. And you can't be racist to somebody who has systematic power over you. They have said this to Crystal and I's faces, by the way. I'm not making this up. But on the same side, if I tell you that you're the minority because you slaughter your babies in the womb every single opportunity that you get, I didn't say the word wise, so I'm not breaking your rules, right? Every chance that you can get to the tune of 34 million overall, and most of which belong to the black community, then suddenly I'm the bad guy for not respecting your body. But then when I point out that you're not respecting your body because drug usage is the narcotics usage is at an all-time high, so is alcoholism, then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy for pointing out something that really is none of my business. But then when I say, okay, well, it seems like you can act however you want, but you don't want to have any consequences associated with it, not just for yourself, but for the entire community. You get wildly upset every single time any other group besides you talks about you, but oh, you'll have white people's names in your mouth all day long, every single way in between, and unapologetically, no matter how cruel it actually sounds. But if someone even brings up the word black in some cases and you're not in the room, suddenly it's a huge problem. At the same time, you have no standards for your behavior. Celeste talked about this when you go out to restaurants, when we go out to areas, and I'm not talking to every single black person. I'm talking about the culture, like Crystal said. We'll put it on front of the news for the finals, pants hanging all down and such, got their hats to the side. I used to dress that way too. I know what it's like, right? We're okay with this. It's encouraged. You make millions of dollars dressing this way in the right atmosphere. But then when other groups have a standard, all of a sudden it's a problem that they have a standard, and you get upset when that standard applies to their environment because they want their children to be raised in the same standard that they had when they were younger. Suddenly it's a problem. You actually feel entitled to be in any community, in any location, in any neighborhood at all whatsoever as soon as your heart desires, and you get upset if somebody besides this community says, no, we all just want to live together amongst our own. But the second someone goes into your community, they might lose their life because they're not supposed to be there. They're not going to be allowed to do the same thing, right? You'll make your hairstyle look stereotypically European in every single way, shape, or form with all kinds of products. Straighten that bad boy out, even change the colors to blonde in a lot of cases. But if a white woman has dreads, you might well put her witness protection, right? You get highly upset about that. So none of this really makes any sense to me at all whatsoever when we hold the worst aspects of society when it comes to materialism, debauchery, pornographic material, and everything else in between, and we champion that. But then we're offended when someone else associates our our group with that. Why do you say all black people do this? Why do you say that? And third, look at the television. Go turn it on. Look what you are celebrating whenever you're not emotionally unregulated in this moment. You will scream about your ancestors' pain that you never experienced, your parents never experienced, and your grandparents never experienced. Of that, I am certain. And to the 5 of you, your great-grandparents maybe have tasted it at some point in time. And yet you don't realize that you spit on the grave of those who fought for you to be able to have a chance. That's what they were fighting for. To this day, you have no idea. No one's ever been able to explain to me what it is that they want. Do you want to be equal? Obviously not, right? Do you want to have a seat at the table? You already do. So what is it? Do you want to have your boot on the back of people's necks so you feel better about the pain that they cause to individuals you've never spoken to? What is it that you want? You want to be able to get away with everything? I know this is a meme. I know it's a throwaway expression and it almost comes across hateful to some individuals, but please know, I actually do love the entire black community, but I'm tired of pretending like they don't need Christ. They absolutely do. You're offended by everything. You're ashamed of nothing. You're entitled to everything, and you contribute nothing. And it's about time that someone's comfortable saying that.
All righty. This was a hibachi session. We're going to keep it moving. Shout out to you guys, man. Eric coming through, $2 super chat says, humans, Crystal, let's not forget blushing for Tim's. Yes. Let's not forget Crystal, not just blushing for Tim. She was in that. She had a 1,000-mile stare for guys in Tim's and sweatpants. Like she was just thinking, you know, about the hype me up guy or something like that down in Atlanta. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Uncle Darnell, $5 super chat says, Marines are bred, raised, and trained to make the best of the worst situations. That is true. That is true. That is true. Shout out to Jeff, $11 super chat says, only Chicago would keep the Obama trash can and let the Bears leave. Oh. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, hold up. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Sinsin, been a member for 9 months. I judge by character. Love you all. God bless. God bless y'all. Appreciate you. I love the y'all. I know you from the South. Y'all, I love it. Uncle Darnell in the building. Shout out to him. $5 super chat says, we all have a sin problem, but certain melanated people have cornered the market as far as ratchetness. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. Shout out to Miss Dion. Hey, sister, how you doing? $5 super chat says, I've come across some pages that are alarming with black fatigue turned black race hatred. Dems prophesied a race war and people are falling for it. Yeah. Yep. No, there's entire channels, TikTok channels, YouTube channels, just they're crushing it, just highlighting these wicked videos, man. It's crazy.
You know, Wise, I'm sorry, but to that point, because I saw one yesterday, it was the opposite. It was a few hundred people in there, and the way they were talking about black people was awful. And so we want to make sure that for the believers in the house, if you're not a believer, this one ain't for you. We want to make sure that we are equal opportunity individuals when we're out here. And I don't mean that in a DEI way. I mean that everyone needs to know the truth of Scripture. Nobody is perfect, right? And so that means we have to check our behavior before we go up there. And I do want to be clear. I love black people. Sure, I don't believe in black people. I believe in people, right? And Crystal knows this. You ever want to lock down somebody who is into the racial ideology as a Christian? Do you love Trump? Just literally ask them that question. If you can't say yes to that question immediately, instantaneously, with no caveats to it, then you're at some point in time, you've drifted off of that path a little bit. Don't be those individuals where you're like, yes, right, we're comfortably calling out black fatigue. Do it with love, with patience, with compassion, gentleness, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jeff once again. $11 super chat says 2 Live Crew would be considered easy listening these days. Nah, Jeff, I don't know. I don't know. 2 Live Crew was pretty ratchet. 2 Live Crew might have been ratchet before its time. You know what I'm saying? The beats would be dated, but the lyrics just as ratchet as these fools these days. I mean, you can't even repeat these words. Like you can't repeat any of their lyrics hardly. You know, I mean, they literally had a song and a video that was on MTV called "Pop That." You know what? So
you just missed this. I just saw a girl to perform to a song, and it was something about bend over and what open. I'm telling you. When I saw
I'm
what
not
Jeff
saying that it's not ratchet. I'm just saying that Two Life Crew might be the beginning of ratchetness. They actually want space to be able to be ratchet. You know what I'm saying? They are the ratchet elder statesmen.
Yes, they are.
They opened the door.
And he was running for office. I was
yeah. Luther Campbell is running for office. I mean, in the state of Florida right now. I mean, come on, man.
Madness.
Yes, as a Democrat, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Sac West Coast in the building. $10 super chat says, as a mother of a daughter, I'm concerned of the peers she will encounter when she is an adult. I parent on the offense. Parents don't parent. They're raising lawless, angry, hateful kids to be adults. Oh man,
offensive parenting. Nice.
That's why I tell people be proactive and stop
keep your children away.
Because too many parents are reactive. You react.
You need to be proactive.
You need to be proactive.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Jeff coming again. $11 super chat says, pastors, i.e., modern day Pharisees. Jeff, to be honest with you, to an extent, I can agree, but to an extent, I don't think they're that. You know what I'm saying? At least the Pharisees at least understood and knew the word. At least they knew that. They were just walking around like they were holier than thou. These people are just, a lot of these pastors, they're just debaucherous. And it's like, hey, as long as you give me the money, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. At least the Pharisees had some standard.
I agree with that, Wise. You think about the Pharisees believed but were blind, right? Like they genuinely knew the stories well. They believed in God, right? Like Jewish people to this day, right? They believe in God, but they're blind to the truth, right? But you're right. The pastors now, they don't believe in God. Right? Let's be completely honest.
Man, they lack standards.
Yeah.
Think about this, man. Most of these churches, you can come in, you can do whatever you want to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these places. And when I say do, I mean you can come in dressed however you want to. I've gone to churches where you've had young ladies in there. The attire looked like she just left the club. Everything hanging out. And no one says a word. As long as you show up, drop some bread in the daggone collection basket, you good.
That's it.
But
you good.
If you look, I just went over Amos chapter 5. That is not much different than what happened during that time either, because during that time they were bringing their offerings, they were doing their praise and worship. As long as they were doing their stuff, God was not involved in whatever they were doing, and that's why God said, "Seek me and live, because you're about to die." Like that's literally what God said to them. So I like they said, there's nothing new under the sun. The behavior is basically the same.
Shout out to Uncle Darnell, $10 super chat says, sadly, to Celeste's point, boys raised by single mothers often grow to be emotional men. This is why platforms such as this one are so important, because churches aren't speaking up enough. Oh, you're right about that one, Uncle Darnell. Laz Mani coming through, $2 super chat says, haven't focused enough on emotional intelligence. Oh yeah, the EQ, everybody talks about IQ and intelligence, but the EQ is probably at an all-time low in the United States of America, especially in some of these Democratic-led communities. Shout out to Professor Sonny in the building. Spot on, Crystal. Hey man, been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Professor Sonny. Eric Plummer in the building with the $2 super sticker. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Promoxy, $5 super chat says, I have never seen the Black community so godless and trapped in nihilism and narcissism. Yes. No earthly fathers, and yes, no God the Father. Oh man.
It's well said.
Well said. Wow. Shout out to Faith M, $2 super chat says, a little behind, but Crystal, preach. What does GBY stand for again?
God bless you.
God bless you. Okay. I don't know these text acronyms because I don't text in that manner, but thank you, Faith. Shout out to Jeff once again. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery channel, $11 super chat says, churches where pastors seen as a deity, rock star, streamers, and confetti and bubble machines, better production setups than a Taylor Swift concert. Yep. It's a show, not worship. Jesus should be the focus. No, you're right about that. I'm sure y'all been to the churches with the smoke machines and the rock band.
Oh my God.
The first time I saw that was when I moved here to Atlanta, and I went to this church that I always saw online, and I went in there, and they had like Starbucks coffee in the thing, and then
Well, I ain't mad at the Starbucks now.
no, I'm not mad at it, but I was just saying it was I walked in, I was like, wait, what's going on? And then they walked in, and I saw the smoke go up, and then the lights started. I was like, what is happening
Yeah, they
here?
had the lights on. It was it's a concert.
I told my
Concert.
sister, I said, we gotta go. This ain't it. We gotta go.
Now, look, the church I went to in Texas before I wound up moving, it's a large church, right? They have a really, really nice like worship team, right? They got, the smoke's a bit much, right? But they have a nice little setup. My thing is this: if you're going to have all that, one, how are you feeding the people? Because thousands of individuals, you should not be able to have one person leave and that person not be followed up on to make sure they're all right. Right.
No,
So that's my first thing for these huge churches. But the second thing is, okay, if we're going to do all this, that sermon better be equally, if not more powerful. If you can do that, then give it to me, right? But don't come up here saying that, hey, you know what? Hey, Jesus loves you no matter what you do. Have a great day. That's a waste of all of our times.
No, you're right. Shout out to Jeff from It's Not Your Fault, Alabama Recovery Channel, $11 super chat. Read that.
Just read that one.
Okay. Shout out to LJ, $5 super chat says, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. I'm black and I'm black, yo. I'm black and I'm black, yo.
That used to be my jam.
That's a real song.
Show your fist.
Black,
word to the mother.
Black, y'all. I'm bliggity, black, y'all. Yes.
That's from CB4. Yeah.
Yes.
CB4 back in the day.
That's all they said. It was
Ordis says 48% of females 14 to 49 have the herp. Ooh.
Is that all females in the United States? Or you're saying just amongst the black community? I'd be very curious where that information comes from.
Yeah, I'd be curious of that too.
Yeah.
Jessica coming through with the $10 super chat says, keep going, AT. I was just wrestling with the arguments of my own multi-ethnic makeup, my own multiculturalism expression, and where it fits or does not fit with the American conversation of race.
Okay.
Well, if we could just move along and just say, hey, we are Americans of whatever descent that you are, but you are an American, which is what I think that's what frustrated Gary, as well as Stephen A, in that conversation, is that Tatum, he's like, yeah, I'm an American. And then he tried to move the goalposts and say, well, the Bible that you believe, are you a Christian first or something along those lines? He's like, well, yeah, since you threw that in there, absolutely. This, then American, then all this other stuff that you're talking about. He can't handle that.
I loved how you schooled him, especially when he said black people that came here were they're different types of black people. There were black people who came here who weren't slaves. They were so broken in that moment. They didn't know what to say to him because
they didn't know what to say with it. I actually and I said this when I was doing my reaction, but I think no different than on the continent of Africa. All those people don't get along. People gotta understand that it is a continent, and it's a continent full of nations. I believe there's is there 54 countries? Yeah. Is that right? Is that accurate?
I think so.
Yeah.
54. They're not the same people. No different than here in North America. Granted, in fact, we don't have as many countries, but we're not the same. We don't see Canadians as the same as us. We don't see Mexicans from Mexico as the same as us. Those nations down in what would be considered Central America, we don't see them as the same, although we're from the same continent. But for whatever reason, you have people here that believe that all those people over there, on the continent of Africa, they're all the same. I don't know if y'all saw this. There was a video of a young man, I think he was in Ghana, and he was telling them that they're racist, because he was thinking that I'm black, y'all black, we the same, we brothers. And they was like, nah, bro. No. And they was ready to whoop his tail. And then he started talking about they're racist and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you just got a wake up call that, hey, all these folks, they're not the same people. It's not a monolith. And when you think about this, when you think about the transatlantic slave trade, it wasn't a group of people from the same place shipped. There were actually people from different tribes that didn't get along with each other, and they were shipped together. And just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are the same. And I think we have the same issues right here in America. Mm-hmm. You got folks from different factions or whatever the case may be that just don't necessarily get along with each other for one reason or another. Exactly. We got to stop with this thought process that we're all just this monolith. and we all think and believe and, and we're all the same. And it's just not true.
It's because people are never tested on it and they're not taught to critically think. The one pushback I'll give you is I think even in the United States, unless you want to make an argument that people from California are the same as people from Alabama, then that's the point, right? We just don't think outside of the United States is all the exact same. Yeah.
Well, Tatum said the same thing, the other day. He was like, hey, and they were just, because they wanted to just kind of keep it towards, Americans of African descent. They wanted to keep it there. But he was like, Black people from the South are different than those out on the West Coast and those on the East Coast. And, even in the South, you look at, Black folks from Georgia are different than those from Louisiana.
Yes.
It's a different culture. It's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is. It's not the same. But,
you saw my reaction when Dave said, and now there's no hate on Haitians, but when Dave was like, "You Haitian," I said, "Don't do that." No. We're trained. But I'm just saying that even in the Caribbean islands, that's exactly how you cannot mix them up because they will be upset. You can't do that. So
true. Shout out to Amy Eddie, $10 super chat. Whole panel cooking today. Appreciate you, Amy.
God bless you, Amy.
Shout out to Sheila, $2 super chat says, I sure learned a lot of new words here. Oh, look at you. All right now.
Hey.
Shout out to Alicia C's $10 super chat says, I just finally switched my registration to Republican because in PA, you cannot vote in primaries as an independent. It's the same way in Maryland as well. You can't vote in the primary if you're not registered one way or another. You just got to sit it out for the general, if you don't. Shout out to It's Not Your Fault, Allen Recovery Channel. Thank you, Jeff. $11 super chat says, I was born a poor Black child, but didn't use that as an excuse. And look at me now. Hey, what's the name of that movie? Is that The Jerk?
It might be The Jerk. Yes, I was born.
That's a classic, man. Classic. Shout out to Manifest Love coming through with the $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. And shout out again to Jeff. Once again, $11 super chat says, to your point, Wise, people try to make us think Native Americans were all peace loving and not warring factions that stole each other's land and tribesmen. Oh, yes.
So true.
That's what they were doing.
And for $100 would scout runaway slaves and as for payment to show the master that they were killing them when they were coming into the Western territories.
That's
true. Hit that like button for me. Thank you guys so much for the super chat, super stickers. I want to play this clip. I asked that you guys be quick, but don't hurry. And then we're going to open it up for the call-ins. We'll let that happen because we are getting out of here on time today. All right.
Yes.
Because of the fact of who Obama. I was excited because of the fact of who Obama is, and him and his wife, and they come from Chicago.
There are only a few days to go until the Obama Presidential Center opens here in Chicago, and even at this late stage, there are some controversies between the people responsible for building the building, the contractors, and the foundation itself. The African American Contractors Association of Chicago says there are at least 10 small contractors who are threatened financially because they so far have not been paid the full amount for the work they have done on this project. They say there are disputes between the larger New York-based contractor and the smaller contractors over things like compensation, also things like change orders, things that were put in, had to be ripped out and reinstalled, or things that were added to the project. Now, as far as the Obama Foundation goes, they are saying that disputes like this are not uncommon among contractors, especially on a project this large and with so many moving parts. Still, the African American contractors here in Chicago say time is of the essence. Once this building is built and open to the public, they say they don't want to be forgotten about.
Obama, he didn't pay Black American subcontractors for building that atrocious presidential building. Now they're facing bankruptcy.
What they don't understand, though, is small business can't afford to wait a year or so to get paid. Like, they need to be taken care of, man.
Yep.
You can't do this to small businesses.
So many of our Black contractors are complaining about they have not got their money. But the other side of it, a lot of the Black community and the newspapers do not know that these people have not been paid. Contractors are already in bankruptcy. That's what they're saying, that if it wasn't the fact that they worked on this Obama project, they would not be under this type of problem.
You have 10 black-owned subcontractors facing bankruptcy that they owe millions of dollars for work that they already completed. Y'all hear me? The work is already done. One plumber, they owe $4 million and he's facing bankruptcy. They're in the red. And not to mention how he didn't do anything, Obama didn't do anything to protect these black folks in that community. He could have signed a community binding agreement, which would have put 30% of the units in that area for low income family. But instead, this is what happened. Gentrification is forcing low income black families out of their homes. Out of town developers are using $2,000 cash buyouts to evict tenants and flip buildings. Landlords are converting affordable apartments into Airbnbs, causing short-term rentals to spike. And the Obama Foundation refused, like I stated before, refused to sign a legally binding community benefits agreement. $850 million that he has in his Obama Foundation, but yet haven't paid these black American subcontractors and haven't did anything for the safety or to secure these people, these black people, to stay in their neighborhoods. He didn't do anything. And yet this supposed to have been to benefit that community. And the building's atrocious. Right? Y'all seen the building, the outside of the buildings is atrocious. But yeah, nobody's talking about this because this is Obama, and you see how they bias. You see how they're biased when it comes to certain people. But yeah, pay your people.
Barack Obama. Could you imagine Trump having a almost $1 billion project and contractors aren't being paid? They would run this on CNN, MS No One's Watching, and every other liberal platform out there nonstop to let you know, look, see, we told you, especially if they were black, especially we told you he was racist because they did the work, won't even pay these people. It's just ridiculous, man. And guess what? No story has been run on CNN about this. Nobody is talking about it. Local news is talking about it out in Chicago. Shout out to the ladies from Chicago Flips Red, Danny C, and those sisters out there. They've talked about this, but mainstream media, legacy media is not discussing this.
Obama's library was built in your neighborhood. He kicked you out, and now you're going to pay for it. So for all of the Barack Obama supporters, the ones that said that Barack Obama did such a great job for black people when he was president twice, he essentially ruined the country. But that's another video. So the Barack Obama library has been built. The budget for it was $850 million. Barack Obama and his foundation said, hey, we pledged $450. So they pledged that they would give $450 million to the $850 million project. They deposited to date $1 million. And not only that, the budget blew up and now it's over $1 billion project. The building has been built. It's ugly as hell. I'm going to put a picture in because it's disgusting looking. And the thing that is the kicker is he's going to make you guys pay that deficit. So not only did he say he was going to give $450 and only gave $1 million, they still blew the budget. So even if the Barack Obama Foundation gave the $450 million that they promised to give, they still blew the budget. So they're still going to make the taxpayers on the South Side pay for it. We're talking about the South Side of Chicago. Where's the money? Where's the wealth on the South Side of Chicago? He threw y'all out and put this ugly ass building up, and he's going to make you pay for it. So Christian Maxwell is the candidate for District 1 in Chicago. She won the primary against the incumbent, and she stood in front of a town hall meeting last week, I think it was, and she's promised to write a bill that will allow for, she's calling it South Side reparations for the South Siders who were displaced by this ugly ass building that went up that you're going to have to pay for. It's reparations for the people who were displaced, essentially kicked out. So when she becomes a congresswoman in District 1, she's going to pass this bill that the people that were thrown out of their own neighborhood to put up this ugly ass building, they're going to get money. Now, this is not reparations for all you guys who got your hands out thinking that you owe some shit because some slave was your ancestor, which is not true. It's not for y'all. It's for the black people and whoever else, I guess, live in that neighborhood, which is primarily a black community. It's for those people who Barack Obama kicked out so he can build his ugly ass concrete library that looks like a prison.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have been following this, but man, people are livid out there. Livid out there. Over not only over this, but also the displacement, because they kicked a lot of people out of their homes. Kicked a lot of people out of their homes. You know, AT, I'll give you the first word. What are your thoughts?
If your name is on it, you're responsible for it. So I know a lot of people will say, well, it's the Obama Foundation, his name is on it, right? This is a quick meeting, right? Hey, for an hour, bring all your information. What's going to wind up happening whenever this building goes up, and what is your solutions for it? The fact that his name's on it and that he hasn't come out and said anything about it just showcases that Obama is exactly who that we realize that he is. He is somebody who appreciates the power. He wants to always be relevant. I have no idea why this man is even still in the news. He can't even run for office again. He is not a senator. He is not a congressman. His word means nothing to me. And yet he continues to try and insert himself. And it shows cases beyond just Obama how in disarray the Democratic Party is. They don't have an heir apparent. They don't have a figurehead leader. And so he's this quasi fill in the blank whenever we need a photo opportunity, while showing his hypocrisy for something like this. And I feel for the individuals in Chicago. That's rough to be told, hey, I know you live here, but yeah, you're not going to be able to live here much longer, from the same individual you probably statistically voted for in the first place. This building, for those who are curious, is not the presidential library that comes for every single president. That's actually administered by the division that's set for that. This is a personal project that comes from the Obama Foundation. They raise a large amount of money, and they have a lot of different programs that they do. So all of that packaged together into another example of a nonprofit that is meant to be for the people. Yes, having programs. Yes, giving out grants, but failing to check every single period, not dot every single I, not cross every single T. And the individuals who get impacted by that is not the nonprofit; it's the American people.
Celeste?
I want to say that, first of all, Obama is the leader of the Democrat Party. He is the last person who was elected to high office who can speak a coherent sentence in public. So that makes him, this is why, and he's happy to be doing it. I'm not, saying that he's not happy to be doing it, but that's why he is constantly out front, because that's their last hope. Their last hope fulfilled was Obama. Unfortunately, it was not Joe Biden. Joe Biden was the emergency plan. Joe Biden was the when all else fails, pull pin plan. That's who Joe Biden was. Obama was their hope. He was their hope. And you are right in the sense that the fact that they have to go back that far to find their hope, and they don't have anything resembling that on deck now for their future, does show the state of disarray and panic that they're in. However, I am not surprised at Obama's antics. First of all, in his defense and in the state of fairness, I do want to say I can't understand why people don't get involved in community benefit agreements. I'm very aware of how community benefit agreements can work, and they can work like this. I'm a developer. I bought a building. Maybe it's a 8-unit, 4 units on each side. It's only 4 stories high or 3 stories high in a basement. I bought the building. I own the land. I need to go to permitting. I have to go to the community. There's a community organization called We Care About Our Community. I have to go to We Care About Our Community and say, hey, listen, I'm going to zoning and permitting. I'm hoping that, you could say something positive. It's called a community benefit statement. They can write a statement saying, we're so excited for this developer to come. This has been a blight. This corner has been a blight on our community for 20 years, and it's great. Somebody has purchased it and is willing to paint it and add new windows and develop it and all of that. They could do that, but they can also do this. We'll write you a community benefit statement if you build us a free park on such and such a lane. It's also used for extortion, and communities can extort people who spent their own money, purchased land, purchased a structure, now have to spend their own money tear it down, take loans, their own risk, to tear it down, renovate it, whatever, so that they might, at the end of it all, get the possibility of renting it. These community groups, I care about my community group X, can totally stop it. So now you're in the hole because you purchased the land and the structure, but you can't move forward until somebody in the community gives you your blessing, because especially in these liberal places, these zoning boards are not going to do anything until they get their mark, so they can say, no, the community wanted it and we're about the community. And those communities, some communities know it, and they extort these inspectors to do it. So I'm not so upset that Obama didn't do a community impact statement or get involved in an agreement. However, the fact that he took the land, which seems like that should be illegal through eminent domain, that there should have been some kind of restitution paid, but that's what happens when you get vulnerable people. They're vulnerable because it's easy to take advantage of them. That's what makes them vulnerable. And I actually have always thought that Obama was a grifter. And I always thought that he was only interested in people as far as he could use them. And I will say that in this sense. Think about it like this, and nobody thinks about this. No one has ever been able to tell me, and this is part of the reason I couldn't vote for him. What's his best friend's name? He has never had a friend. He went to college. Nobody ever really came out and was like, oh yeah, no, we used to kick it in college. We were in the library studying. We used to go off the late night. No association. He has never been somebody, from what we can see publicly, who has ever been able, I'm talking before he was president. Everybody wants to be your friend after you're president.
Yeah,
before you were president, did you ever make a friend? Where were you on? What baseball team were you on? You supposedly played basketball. Where are your friends from the team? Were you ever on a team? You never had a relationship with other humans that lasted long enough for anybody to ever stand by you. That is a concern to me. And I looked at him from minute one when he was running, and I'm thinking to myself, if this guy, when it was clear that he was going, he was the front runner. This is somebody who, other than Michelle, we have never seen anybody, and people she brought in, her family and her brother, we have never seen him have a relationship with anyone. And in all of his past, his middle school, he somehow never was anywhere with anybody long enough for them to like him and him to like them. I think that's a person with a serious emotional development problem. And I think he is somebody who is charming, good looking, politically astute. He has a lot of qualities, but I think he used them, and people are for him to use. And once he's done with them, that is it. And that's why he doesn't have any associations that anybody ever, even now to this day, you don't know. I could tell you, Bill Clinton had, what's his name? Soon as everything went down with Monica Lewinsky, he called who's the black friend that he called in the office? They pray together. People have friends. Mm-hmm. And as much as they called themselves vetting Obama, they never could vet one friend. They never could vet anybody he'd ever worked for. He never had a paper route. He never had no associations of any kind. That's disturbing to me. So the fact that this disturbing man came into a community in a way where he didn't build any relationship and any consensus, we have no ability to know that he's built relationship and consensus in his life, but for Michelle, and put up an ugly building and told the people in that community to go somewhere and sit down and shut up is not surprising.
Crystal, we'll give you the last word on this, and then we're going to open up the call lines.
Can't nobody back up Barry Soetoro. Can't nobody back up Barry Soetoro, because they don't know Barack Obama. They know Barry Soetoro. That's what they don't know who this who you be. Let me use their language. Who you be? Okay. Listen. Again, y'all Messiah keeps spitting in your face. I don't know what to do with y'all. Y'all live for your Messiah. At least my Messiah. He loves me. He protects me. He pours his grace and his favor on me. He gives me mercy. He has saved me. Y'all Messiah just spit in your face, throw you out your place of residence, sits down here, don't care how you survive, what you got to do, and y'all keep loving your Messiah. Again, is this not y'all loving your oppressor? And y'all say that we are the problem. We love our oppressor. What are you talking about? Y'all are the one that support your oppressor. You can't say nothing about your oppressor. Y'all were mad that a wrestler called Michelle Obama a man. How are you mad at that? As I said, if somebody had said you a man, my natural instinct is called reflex. I'd be like, your mama's a man. That would have been my natural reaction.
Jesus bless us.
That would have been my natural reaction. But y'all want to sit down here and do big think pieces and thought pieces. And Michelle Obama is brilliant, and Barack Obama, he has saved America. These are the thought pieces I see flying everywhere. Y'all are ridiculous because these people just keep playing in your face, and you keep embracing it. At some point in time, you have to stop and say, "Listen, am I going to keep letting these people insult my intelligence? Am I going to keep allowing these people to spit in my face? Am I going to keep doing that?" And it seems like this is what y'all want to keep doing. That is what y'all want to do. So at the end of the day, I ain't going to be long-winded about this because y'all know I did a whole video on this because I had to shout out my girl, Christian Maxwell, because she came in and she brought all the receipts. She brought all the documents that Obama and Rahm Emanuel had said that they were going to do for the people in the community. And it was the tune of, I think, 840 million. And he only has 1 million in that account. So how they going to take care of these black people that they claimed that they were going to take care of? See, they keep setting y'all up for failure and y'all keep voting them in. I don't know what to do with y'all.
Yeah. Thank you, Crystal. I like that. Crystal, your mama, man.
Natural instinct.
You took us back to elementary school. That sound like something a kid would say outside, during recess. Like,
Look at Celeste pulling a Duffy down there talking with that mic on mute.
I know. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because you pulled one this morning. You know what I'm saying? Starting the Garden Project show this morning. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, don't be looking around.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. As soon as I started the show. No. I'm going to go back and look at it. I got timed out this morning by Starlink and I had to reset the show. I can't control that. Right. I hurt myself to make sure that mic's off of mute because I can't talk smack about the Duffy and then go ahead and do one myself. I can't do that.
And he told me that when I was on the show the other Wednesday, his last words to me before he went out when I was in the green room, he was like, "Don't do it to yourself." I was like, what kind of threatening environment am I in?
It was a very, very peaceful environment.
Oh, shout out to our broadcast. Hopefully I pronounced that right. $10 super chat says, "Glory be to God as we rejoice in this day he made. I pray that American blacks divorce themselves from every falsehood, idolatry, and forgive the Lord is withholding." Is that it's got to be forget, right?
And forgive, period.
Okay.
The Lord is withholding
and forgive.
Okay,
Got you. He's doing me, trying to type real fast and don't throw any punctuation in there. Okay. The Lord is withholding blessings because of hardened hearts.
That part.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Shout out to Jeff. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery Channel, $11 super chat. Obama was asked about the contractors and he said, "Y'all didn't build that." Shout out to Steve at Mr. $5 super chat says, "Obama has lied since he said, if you like your health care, you can keep it. No surprise." Oh, yeah.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. And Celeste, you're absolutely right. I always ask the question when people would say, I was like, well, who's his big mama? Where are his cousins at? Where are the folks that, he supposedly grew up with? I mean, even, on the white side, where are those people at? You know what I'm saying?
Only thing they ever told us was that he was friends with the terrorists, Bernardine Dorn and Frank Marshall Davis, the communist newspaper man. That's all we. This is what he was like, a feral child that they threw to the communists It was like, raise him up and he'll be president. I was like, what kind of madness is this?
It's like,
there's no such thing as Barack Hussein Obama. There's only Barry Soetoro. Go research Barry Soetoro and figure out who he is. Y'all gonna figure out who he is.
And I don't, I don't want to be a controversial person. Well, since you know, Crystal, maybe you could tell us, or somebody may know. I always, because I didn't see it, so I wasn't, I don't know, but what name was that birth certificate in? Because I was like, I don't know what name it's, because Sotero's not his birth name.
It was not.
What name was all of that paperwork in?
There you go.
Shout out to Hunter, $20 super chat. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate you, brother. What I never understand is how on God's green earth they gonna do the work to make that monstrosity and not get a penny before completing it. If it was me, I would take a wrecking ball to that waste of concrete. Well, I'm for certain that they were like, oh, this is Obama. You know what I'm saying? On the strength. I mean, I promise you can't get them to come to your house and do $4 million worth of work without no money up front of some sort, some form of deposit or something. I promise you that won't happen. Well, they could say the plumbers owe $4 million. Come on now.
In the spiritual realm, they said that's an altar. That is not a presidential. That's an altar. I'm telling you.
Shout out to Jeff. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery Channel, $11 super chat said Big Mike was his BFF. Good Lord. Shout out to Teddy Marcel, $2 super chat says Celeste. Even Biden had corn pop.
Yes, indeed, honey. And so you know this. I looked it up. Corn Pop is a real person. His
Corn Pop was a bad dude, man. Bad dude.
He ran a bunch of bad boys. That's what Joe said. He said he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Shout out to Renee Suzanne. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renee Suzanne.
Very nice,
for
Renee.
Gifting 10 ARP family memberships. Shout out to you, Renee. Appreciate you, sister. Thank you much. Thank you much.
Oh, you brought me joy with Corn Pop. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll bring Eric in. I ask that you guys be quick, but don't hurry. We're getting out of here in 28 minutes.
I'm a poor person. Of course I carried before I married. My name's Haley.
My name's Matthew, and we're pregnant. What did he say?
I'm a poor person. Of course I went to college. I'm a poor person. Of course I buy depreciating assets. I'm a poor person. Of course I'm getting divorced. I'm officially I'm a poor person. Of course I don't raise my kids in the home with their father.
You are not.
I'm a poor person. Of course I don't restrain myself sexually. Duh.
And he'd be like, damn, I wish I had some head. I'd be like, yo, bro, I got you.
I'm a poor person. Of course I won't read The Ass Backers Way to Move Forward.
All right, we got Eric in the building. You know what?
What's going on, guys?
Down. How you doing today, man?
Howdy,
what do you have for us?
Quick question for you, Wise. How you going to try and call AT out when you talk about punctuation, yet you can't do it on the garden project? Point one.
Hey, I know. I call myself out. I know.
Okay, so often we get on the topic of, we'll call it the quote unquote culture on this channel and how it's glorified and everything else. And then we hear about how my lightly melanated self is racist because I don't understand the culture and this, right? Every race has their said culture. And with us extremely light melanated people, we call it the trailer park. Same problems. You got the drugs, you got the acting out. But the only difference is, and you can see this from all these tourists coming in for the World Cup, like Japan, is the accountability and how they handle it. You don't see as much of the ghetto white culture, quote unquote, because we don't glorify it and we dress it up when we see it. And I think that's a big problem in what we're seeing in a lot of these big cities and towns. Because where I live, we have 9 or 10 rundown trailer parks. That is our quote unquote hoods. So if we can maintain and keep that under control, what's keeping the quote unquote pro-black culture from keeping theirs under control? And
They
the
don't
only
want to.
thing I've come to figure out with it is I counted them. We are 3-to-1 churches to liquor stores. Do you have that same ratio in these inner city hoods and bad areas?
It might be 1-to-1. Well, in the South, it might be a little different. Am I muted?
No, we can hear you. Eric, can you hear me?
Oh, Eric. No, he can't hear anybody. Okay. We can hear you, but you can't hear us.
We can hear you.
I didn't hear Wise at all.
Can you hear anyone else?
Can you hear me, Eric?
No.
Eric?
Technical difficulties. All right, we'll pull Eric out.
What's going on?
What up, Diamond Dave?
You guys can hear me okay? Make sure there's no tech issues. Okay, perfect. Let's get started. So I want to dive into the finance because I jumped in right when you guys were talking about the Obama Foundation, their pledge of $450 million US, and they only deposited $1 million US. Now, coming from a banking background, that's actually very suspicious to me because pledges often involve not necessarily signed contracts, but there is like a reputational, ethical backing to the pledge, right? And so from a banking standpoint, that's a huge red flag because that's nowhere close. The initial deposit is nowhere close. It's not like I go to AT and say, hey, I want to support the garden project. I'll give you 10 grand. And then later I give like 6 grand, because usually in cases like that, you're going to get the rest of the money at some point for the initial pledge. It may not be all in one shot, right? But I mean, we're talking fundamentally less, far less than 1%. So from a banking background, just looking at numbers, I can't help but wonder if there's actual like financial mismanagement, or the case that the funds may not actually be there and there may be something else going on behind the scenes, because companies that do these pledges do what's called a 10K report for their stocks, investors, as well as philanthropy, right? They were required to do this. And whenever you see a huge disparity, typically that means that there's something going on. There's not enough cash on hand to meet the pledge, right? That's just the way I see it. You guys might know more about it because I'm just finding out about this recently, but that's my initial reaction, because that's not normal. So we could talk about that for maybe a minute. And I've got one more point after that regarding how these projects go down.
Well, watching from what, like I said, all I got was the information from what Christian Maxwell, when she put together her bill where she's trying to get reparations for the people within that community regarding that center. And she said that they said that it was supposed to be pledged to 840 million, I believe she said it was. And the fact that there's only I think she said 1.7 million or something like that sitting in the account. She said that doesn't make sense. And she called out, she said there's something very wrong with that. And the fact that no one is speaking about this is troubling to her. And then what happens to all the people in the community that have either been pushed out, priced out, all of these different things? That's a huge problem. So I'm glad that she brought it to light, but I agree with you. That is troubling that all of this is going on and you don't even have the money to do it was him and allegedly him and Rahm Emanuel that came together and put that together. And the fact that it doesn't exist, it's troubling to everybody.
Absolutely. What's the next point, Dave?
Well, to piggyback off of that and segue, there's two ways that I see. Either A, he pledged that money because allegedly he has all that money, or B, he pledged that amount because he thought he could get that amount and the 1.7 million was all he could get and couldn't get the rest. That if the second is true, that goes to my next point. That's a big red flag because I'm not going to go too deep into this, but basically, like, I have family members here that have done actual projects, multi-million dollar projects, monuments. There are more in the works. All I'm going to say on that, right? And in order to do this, in order to get funding for investors, you need to have friends, like we talked about with Barack Obama. You need to have friends. You need to have a reputation. And if you make a pledge because you get that money, but you can't get that money, people will not do business with you because that's an actual mark on your reputation, right? And that's not a Mongolian thing. That's a basic business thing, right? You're not going to do business with someone who promises you money and can't pay up. But now, when you look at Obama, it's even worse because not only is that reputation mark there, I mean, he threw people out of their homes and completed the work, right? And now it's not just the contractors that are out of money. These people have been thrown out of their homes, and I'm assuming they don't have money to just pay last month's rent or a down payment on the house. They just can't pull it out of their butts, right? So they're screwed too. And not a lot of people are talking about that. The contractors are important, yes, but also, like, what do we do with all these families? They need money now too. Everyone needs money, right? So it's just like I was saying it's like a really tragic situation, and it's very interesting to see the hypocrisy because I promise you, if President Trump did this, oh my goodness, there would be riots in the streets all day long.
Yes.
No, you're right. Yeah. No, CNN would be running this story 24/7, and every show that they have, they would be discussing this. You know it. But appreciate you pulling up, Diamond Dave, as always, man. Take care, bro.
Yep.
We got some newbies to the show. Shout out to Miss Thea. How you doing today?
All right, Miss Thea.
Just unmute yourself.
Oh my God, I actually made it.
She wasn't even ready. Look at you. She pulled a Duffy too. Look at her.
My God.
God bless you, ma'am.
I am so glad to see you guys. You have no idea. I try to watch you guys every day. There are times when I have to go to a doctor's appointment or something like that. But I just wanted to let you know, yes, Crystal, I'm wearing my cap. The championship T-shirts are coming.
Okay.
That was God.
Sorry,
that was God.
Yes, I just want, you guys are so refreshing. It is so refreshing. I stopped voting Democrat at least 20 years ago. It's been at least 20 years.
Amen.
I have Celeste. I have your book. I have Jonathan Cahn's book, The Paradigm, and I have Vince Ellison's book, The 25 Lies of the Democrat Party. And I'm just going to have to sit down and make a schedule and read a chapter from each book because I'm an avid reader. So you guys are such a blessing to me. I'm not going to stay on long because I know you don't want us to be long-winded, but you guys are such a blessing. I just love all you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thea.
And now you can see that TM Williams 54 is a female.
Yes. I got you. All right, I got you.
Yes.
And
yes, Crystal, I tried to watch you last night too, but my grandson was right next to me. He kept distracting me. But keep up the good work. I will log on again with you guys tomorrow. AT, your hour in the morning is when I'm trying to get my grandson ready. So I may have to put my earbuds in and listen to you.
I respect that, ma'am. I do appreciate that. At least you're trying. That's all that matters to me.
Absolutely. God bless you all. Have a blessed rest of the week.
Thank you.
And stay safe.
God bless you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
As well.
All right, Thea with the New York Knicks.
Shout out to Miss Thea, TM Williams in the building. Okay, I know for sure officially it is definitely a young lady. That is awesome. That is awesome. What up, DM Chart? How
Hi
you
guys.
doing today?
This is I have to call. I had to call and let you guys know. I tried last week, didn't work out. I still can't hear Wise and I can't hear AT, but this is important. It's on my heart and I have to do this. So 2 weeks ago, something told me I had to give you guys something that was meaningful and that was important from me. It came to me and I've done it. But regrettably I don't have a lot of money. I'm going to be sending Wise an email later today, and I'm gonna get an email for a PO box or something. I can send it all to one, and then you can distribute it to the rest of them. I have the GQ Minister Denzel. I've got something for AT. I've got something for Celeste. By the way, Celeste, I've got your book. I left a grand, wonderful review for you.
Thank
And
you
Crystal,
so much.
bless your sweetheart. I absolutely adore you.
Aww.
You have brought so much to me. AT, I've just started watching and listening to you. And I am going to be sending you an email about, I've read the Bible several times, but I've never studied it. And the easiest way for me to study something is to have like a workbook or something like that. So I'm going to be asking you for some tips on how to study with or without a workbook. AT, I ran into this by sheer Brother Wise, I've run into your content by sheer dumb luck, and it was a blessing when I found you. I want to say thank you. And by the way, all of you, I said this earlier in the chat, all of you are beautiful on the inside because that is the most important gem in every single person. Pretty is outside. You guys are beautiful.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much
man.
for
She can't
being
hear me, but
who
thank
you
you.
guys are.
Thank you, DM. We love you. Thank you so much. That means
Thank
the
you.
world to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Oh, and by the way, AT, I'm your army girl. And
What you
Wise,
talking
I'm
about? I knew
sorry,
I
you're
liked
just the
her.
world's most expensive taxi service.
Absolutely.
No
Oh,
hard
you make
feelings.
me jump up and get excited about that. Oh,
No hard feelings.
finally,
I'm the one
somebody-
who I'm besieged by Marines. My husband's Marine, my daughter married a Marine, and my son is a Marine. I'm the one who kept the Crayola factory in business.
Holding it down from the slop of the army. I love it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
We appreciate
DM.
you.
Guys, thank you. You have a beautiful day, and I will be here tomorrow. If not, I'm watching the later show. It all depends. But either way, I watch you every single week. Thank you very much for you.
Oh, we appreciate you. God bless you, sister. Thank you so much.
Bless
Take
you
care.
too.
Oh, today's been great.
Sweet, I love it.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
All right. What's up, Steven? How you doing today, brother?
Nice.
Good. I was found a nice comfy spot and a whole flock of chickens surrounded me
Even
and
though we
started
spinning
crowing.
today. We spinning today. Okay, I see you.
Hey, got my shirt. Got my
Yeah.
shirt.
I saw that Old Spice post. I just
All
approved
right.
that one.
No, I
That's a
just
good one.
want to talk the whole black culture. The acceptance of that culture, I think, is what I love to see is more people are calling it out now. Just a few years ago, nobody was even, I mean, we couldn't even talk about it. The father, which one of you said the fatherlessness desert or the father desert?
I coined.
That's a
I
great
think I
line.
coined that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like it.
is.
I'm gonna keep it.
Mhm.
No, I think there's something shifting in the culture. I think in order to fix the problem, everybody has to recognize that there is a problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that everybody's talking about it tells me that there's hope.
Mhm.
The culture's shifting, and I think people are sick of it. And I think when people start getting sick of it, people start doing something about it.
Mhm.
And God's moving. So praise
Yeah.
God. Maybe there'll be a revival and people will come to Jesus, and the ones that don't have a father can have him.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen to that.
All right. Well, God bless you guys. I'm going to get off and let the next person talk.
All righty.
God
Appreciate you,
bless you as
Steven.
well. Thank you, Steve.
Take care, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
All righty. Shout out to Steven, man, representing twinning with the TGP shirt on today. See, I knew I'll put the shirt on. We're gonna get a couple people call in with the shirt on today.
I love it.
What's up, Uncle Darnell? How you doing today, brother?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Darnell.
Hi, Uncle Darnell.
Uncle Darnell is in the building officially. What's up with you, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Hey, people like DM, that should be your inspiration. Because I can tell you right now, there are thousands of people out there. All of them don't get to reach out and say thank you. But you guys are touching people like that all over the place. And don't you dare doubt it.
Thank you, Uncle Darnell.
That's number one. I want to just comment on what Eric was saying. And God bless you, bro. You've been praying for me, and I appreciate it. I mean, all you guys have been praying for me. But to his point, yes, I believe every culture has its ratchet section. Blacks in particular make it easy to exploit them. Because
Explain that, Uncle Darnell.
Because for one, you look at it, they don't care where they do it at. They don't care about being ratchet. Some of them applaud that and they praise that. And when the media reaches out and sees something like that, they know that I can put this up, and the emotional responding people are going to make this skyrocket, which will help our ratings. And that's exactly what goes on. You see it on Spirit. You see it on Carnival Cruises. You see it at SeaWorld. Everywhere we go, and Black people celebrate that. I would say this. There's only a few who do it. But because the toddler that screams gets the most attention, that is why you see it all over the place. And what it does, it gives us, the rest of us, the regular ones, the decent ones, it gives us this stereotype that because we look like them, we act like them.
Yep.
That's the problem that, I forget which one of y'all said it. Maybe it was you, Celeste, but I think somebody said that the churches, the leaders, because they don't speak out and rebuke it enough, it's widely accepted by everybody else.
Hey, Uncle Darnell, it's not just the church leaders though, and I think it was me that brought that up. It's the church leaders, it's those Divine Nine folks, it's those Boule folks, it's those that are a part of the CBC. You know, it's all of those people that will say nothing about it, but let somebody of a different race do something or say something. They'll get out here and march, protest, whine, and complain about that, but they won't actually talk about the bad behavior. I do have a question for you, Uncle Darnell. How much of this behavior, especially the stuff that we see online, is clout chasing? You know, it's for the likes, clicks, and views, you know, on TikTok, X, and things of that nature. How much of it is that?
I would say at least 90% of it. And I'll tell you why. We were set free from physical slavery. But now, as Blacks, especially the Blacks in the hoods, they have walked from physical chains to mental chains.
Amen.
They are in a mental slavery. And that slavery, and in that mental slavery, the only hope they see is misguided because it's in the unity of the Black people, which leads to, it's easy for the devil to take a hope and turn it into an idol. And that's exactly what most Black people have done. That little remnant of people, what they've done is they said, we got to depend on. Because you can't depend on Christ because he's the white man's God.
Yep.
And he was forced upon us during slavery. Well, now you enslaved by your own black God.
That's true.
And they're not going. And the only way out of it is they have to recognize it for themselves. And Jesus said, repent. That's an action that you have to do. We can't help them. They don't want to help themselves.
No.
I think I told y'all last week, I've given up on praying for the world. I'm praying for those people that God is bringing to us, that he's going to bring into his family. I'm praying that we get those people out of here and get them taken care of. Jesus, in his high priestly prayer, what did he say? I don't pray for the world, but those that you have given me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm praying for the same thing. Those that have been given to my Jesus, who are going to be my family members, that's what I'm praying for. The ratchetness is going to continue. It's going to get worse. Sadly, it's going to increase. And simply because the lack of accountability by the people who are out there perpetrating this stuff. And then the other people who won't hold them accountable. I'm glad white people and other people are speaking up and saying it. You can only expect them to take so much. And that's going to cause some problems within itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Appreciate you, Uncle Darnell, as always, coming through with the jewels and wise words of wisdom. We appreciate you, brother.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Sir.
Man, I'm looking forward to everything, bro.
Hey, you and me both. It's getting real close to that time. As soon as that firearm goes off and we can start this race, we're gonna get after it. Very, very rapidly.
Yeah, that. Oh, he dropped out. I didn't, maybe B did that. Shout out to Tam G. What's up with you, Tam?
Hey, I just wanted to get on here and say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to get on here and say that for each and every person that wants to holler slavery was broken the day Jesus died on that cross. And he is the way maker. He's the only healer in the world. And revival is not coming. Revival is here. Revival is here. And we're the start of it. And I am so excited to be a part of the ARP family, the Crystal Beyond Labels family, the TGP family for real. I love you, Brother Wise. I love you, Brother AT. I love you, my sister Crystal. I love you, my sister Celeste. And my culture is not of this world. My culture is a child of God, just like each and every one of y'all. Y'all are in my culture. That is my culture, is all of y'all, my brothers and sisters in Christ.
I accept the invitation.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Thank
we appreciate you, Tam. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take care. All righty. All right. Renee, can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how you
Can you
doing
all
today?
hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear us?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hi. I'm doing well. Thank you. So I just wanted to clarify that my name my nickname is pronounced Rini.
Oh, Rini. Got you.
And I
Okay.
just wanted to shout out AT because I've joined his, yeah,
Oh, you're cutting in and out on us.
It's not just me. Okay.
the Garden Project. And I just love the way he gives attention to all.
Amen.
Awesome.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you being on board with us, with this family. This is our project.
So, yeah. So, and so, and I just wanted to let you know about the logo or whatever, the graphic. It's just something I grabbed off of you.
Thank you, ma'am, very much. We put a lot into that. I'm very grateful for everyone who's volunteered.
So
Without
I'm
them, it's
getting
not
a
possible.
delay in
Yes.
feedback.
Yeah.
She's got about a 6-second delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fixed and then it kind of went wonky again. But I also just wanted to tell you all, I love you all. I follow you on ARP. You all are my favorite team. And
That's awesome. Thank you.
And I wanted to let you know about myself. I am a lifelong Brooklynite, but I now reside in the beautiful red state of South Carolina. I got out 2 years ago.
Hey.
I'm so excited. I'm happy. I love it here. The people are wonderful, friendly, everything. I wanted to get your opinion on this one thing. With the people, with the foreigners coming to America, and you see a lot of videos about them saying how nice everything is, how great America is. I went into a YouTuber who was a former tour guide, and he's saying how tourism is down. So I went and comment, and everyone is there. We're on the precipice of America collapsing because of Trump and Paris and that. And I just want to get your opinion, because from my perspective, I live in New York, and to the day I left, I had to get on the subway. I was so scared that I was not going to get out of that ride. And people ask me, when am I going back? Like April Chapman's birthday, the 8th of February.
Well, Rini, to answer that, if tourism is down in New York, it's because Mamdani is mayor. And I'll say that because there's so much lawlessness right now in New York. You're a Brooklynite, I'm a Queens girl, and I don't want to go. I'm like, listen, I am good right here in Georgia. I am fine. I will stay here. People are like, when are you going to come visit? No time soon. I did my visiting. I'm done until they get it cleaned up. But it's easy for them to blame Trump because everything is orange man bad. That's all they can see. Orange man bad. They're not looking at Trump is actually making it better. DC is a whole lot better. A lot of the places he's done, the work that he's done, it's a whole lot better. But when he has to keep fighting these Looney Tunes liberal lunatics, he can't do what he has to do because they keep blocking it. So if people want to see a change, they need to stop blaming him and start opening their eyes to the truth. And the truth is, the libs want to destroy America, and the patriots are the one that's trying to save America. And that's what it comes down to.
That is.
But I bet you tourism isn't down in some of these southern states. I'm sure it's not down there because people want to come to these states because they feel safe. They feel safe.
Rini, where in Brooklyn are you from?
I don't know. It's a little delay.
Clinton Hills. So between well, if you heard Clinton Hills, walking distance from the Barclays Center.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so what'd you say? Walking distance from the what?
Barclays Center.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I spent a lot of time around Fulton and St. James.
Barclays Center.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, that's my stopping ground.
Yeah, me, Biggie Smalls, all of us.
No, I didn't do that. I'm a little older, so but that's like the shopping area, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right, Reading. Well, appreciate you pulling up today. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and supporting all of us. We definitely appreciate you. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here. I am 4 minutes over, but thank you so much for calling in. Hopefully, this is your first time, but hopefully it won't be the last time that you call in. So we appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you, ma'am.
All righty. A couple super chats that we need to read, and then we are getting out of here. All right. Shout out to Uncle
Uncle Nub's cabin.
Uncle Nub's cabin. Is that it? $5
Yes,
super chat says, also, let's not forget the multi-million-dollar mansion Obama bought in Martha's Vineyard.
Let's not forget. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to is it Markley or March Lay?
March Lay, like a lay.
March Lay. $5 like a lay. Yeah. $5 super chat says, good morning. Love everyone on the panel. I'm a child of God and Samoan American. Have a great Thursday. Thank you. Thank you.
You as well. God bless, man.
Shout out to Scar Broadcast, $5 super chat says, let's not forget USAID was the Democrat Party slush fund. They don't have money for midterms either. They're broke. Oh yeah. They're in debt like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Shout out to Daniel Manning, $10 super chat says, read 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. Okay. Mark that down. Shout out to Dion, $10 super chat says, growing up with no father in the home creates some people to have an overarching need to be seen and heard. So they overcompensate behaviorally in their thirst for attention. It's called affection.
Right there, D.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the clout chasing is unbelievable these days. The things people will do, for some likes, clicks, and follows, and hopefully they may, maybe try to get a couple of dollars. We talked about the people at Chick-fil-A, and then we found out that they made no money because the video wasn't long enough. It is just like, you lost your job and you didn't even make $1. Like, what are y'all doing? The one dude, that got caught, he peeing on the grave, he got, I think they said that thing had over 200,000 views or something like that, or 2 million views. It was crazy amount of views that they got on it. But he did get arrested. They locked his behind up. So
who's peeing on the grave? I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's one rapper that peed on Austin Metcalf's grave.
Are you like actually physically urinated on his grave?
And they filmed it. So he did it.
Yeah.
Some stuff people do, you would lose your life for back in the day. That's one of them.
That is one of them. Absolutely.
That's wild. That's
Shout out to Kay Paulette coming through with the $20 super chat. Says, thanks for a righteous perspective. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And shout out to Amy Eddy, $10 super chat says, I love you, my people. Appreciate you, Amy Eddy. Thank you guys so much for pulling up and hanging out with us today. Lord willing, we will be back at this thing 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Minister Danzel's going to give us a rundown on what happened at the Knicks parade. So I'm looking forward to hearing from him and hearing what Minister Quarters. Just keep him. Let's make sure that we keep Minister Danzel lifted up in prayer, because I'm sure those people are crazy out there in New York City. They are crazy. So
they can't right now. Wise, I don't mean to interrupt you, but they have. I received the guidelines. You couldn't bring anything, and they brought everyone down there, like all things down there.
No, makes complete sense though. Makes complete sense. So when you say everything, you mean there's police, FBI, ATF,
whatever they need,
Secret Service. Good. Because them fools don't know how to act, man. They don't know how to act. Shout out to Carmen Lloyd, says happy Father's Day. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. Shout out to all the fathers. We'll definitely address that tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow, Friday, be on the lookout for it. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. I'm also looking forward to Friday evening. Team USA plays Australia. Don't even worry about AT. I know you're not gonna watch it, but I will be watching. We'll be watching, and we will be chanting USA. USA.
Yes.
We got to get another 4 goals tomorrow. Okay, I'm telling you, this is the best U.S. soccer team that we have had. They say in 100 years.
That's a big statement considering what the U.S. soccer. To be clear, Crystal, I actually support the World Cup. I don't have TV like that, so I would go out. I agree with Wise 100%. If y'all are curious, even if you don't know anything about soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, go out somewhere. It is a once every 4 years event. You will see. Be safe, but go out.
Find somewhere to watch it. It is so much fun. You can't just watch it at home. You got to go somewhere where there's a large crowd of people that are as interested in it. I was at Field Day last week. Oh my goodness. They had the big screens on outside, man. That thing was jam-packed. Oh, it was crazy. We had such a great time, man.
But
Such
I
a
just
great
want
time.
everybody to know God is winning this season.
I'm listening, Celeste.
Because the New York Knicks won. I just want y'all to know that. And and I'm just saying that because that's a praying team. If y'all actually listen to them, that's a praying team. USA team, they have prayer, Bible study, and everything. I just want y'all to be aware of that. So this is the captain of that team is having them read their word and pray and all of that. So I'm telling y'all, the Lord is honoring his servants right now.
I've been watching. I'm telling you, AT. I've been watching Team USA for a while. This is the best that I've ever seen them look. As long as I've been watching them, I've never seen them play like this. Never.
18, let that man who powers your house on the bike spend hours so you can watch the team. Come on. Come on, let him fight just a little more and then fire up the TV. Please, that would be a nice for the weekend. That would be nice.
I know you were not down there trying so hard to get into this conversation like you had something profound to ask me or say to me just because you wanted to go ahead and shoot a dig at me on the way out the door. No? All right, I got you. I got you. I cannot wait.
That was good. Thank you, Celeste. That was a good one, girl.
I'm just picking up what Wise dropped off yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot everyone told me Wise was talking some smack too. Thank you for reminding me, Celeste. Thank you.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you don't like soccer. I'm telling you, if you are a patriot, if you want to go to an environment where you're gonna get people all walks of life,
I'm gonna do
all walks. You know what I'm saying? Cheering and rooting for the same squad. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's not like anything. It's not like watching a football game or something like that. This is different.
Yeah.
This is different. Find somewhere to go. Just look it up online. I'm sure there's like, I know out here, man, there's like 7 or 8 different places that you can go. Man, phenomenal. They put on a show last week. I'm looking forward to them doing it again tomorrow.
Y'all need to
go check it out.
Minister Denzel, because I literally am looking at the crowds. They actually, hours before this event is supposed to go off, they said there's no more room. There's no more room. That is how filled New York City is. So y'all say extra prayer for Minister Denzel because he's out.
Let's make sure we keep Minister Denzel lifted up, please. Make sure we keep our brother lifted up in prayer. You know, and hey, the worst part is you said stay hydrated. I don't think you should drink anything. You're not gonna find a restroom there. You be doing it on yourself.
They probably will too. It's New York.
You know, hey, I'm sure there will be people out there, or at least come out there with a couple water bottles or something.
And shout out to the New York Knicks being the first NBA team to go to the White House and not disrespect our president.
Yeah, facts. Now I'll give it that. You know what? I can actually appreciate. When I heard that, I was like, you know what? I can actually appreciate the Knicks for doing that. I can appreciate that. That's dope. Now I'm sure you're gonna have a bunch of folks losing their minds because they decided to do this, but shout out to them.
Trump's been a Knicks fan his entire life, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, they were complaining about the fact that he was at the game. So.
That's fair.
But we're gonna get out of here, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel financially today. All the ARP family members, all the blues, helping to keep things peaceful in the chat. There was an individual that I was expecting to pull up, and he didn't, and I knew he wouldn't. These people,
was it like a good guy or?
No, these thumb gangsters. You know what I'm saying? The thumb thugs. You know what I'm saying? He talking all types of shit. I'm gonna be there on Thursday.
One of these days, someone's gonna make my day. One of these days, I'm gonna be happy.
Oh, can I just one more thing? I know AT's like, here, Crystal, one more thing. Please, can y'all submit your gutter bunny for today? Like, give it to me. Like, email it to me today because I have 2 people. And I need help for this week. So please, if you have somebody that you want a gutter bunny,
who's the 2 right now? That you have on the list so far?
I have Obama, and I have the View again. So I need some other people.
Okay.
So send it over.
It's a good one. The View's a good one. I'm gonna go on there and vote.
Well, you got the fake rapper dude that peed on the grave. I think he's definitely got to be on there. Yeah. He's got to be on there. It's crazy. Okay. I'll see what I can think of.
I add just Black Fatigue because them with the Austin Bop challenge and all of that.
That's not bad.
Yeah. You can throw that up there.
If you can't think of anybody else, that's a good last minute pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Major League Baseball too. Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's true because they're not doing great anyway. To shoot themselves in the foot like that is wild. It really is.
Yeah, Major League Baseball. Yeah, they could be on there as well.
Definitely.
But all right, well, we'll see y'all guys tomorrow, Lord willing, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit the like button on the way out the building if you haven't hit the like button yet. We'll catch up with you guys, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time, man. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, it can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.